Railhawks, the match kicking off at 7 p.m. It is the second meeting between the two clubs in 2 weeks, and it will be the fourth and final regular season meeting of 2010. The season series is tied 1-1-1 heading into tonight's rubber match. The Rhinos, well, they're 10-5-6. They enter the match in second place in the USL Conference with 36 points. They trail the conference leader, Austin Aztecs, by 5 points heading into the final month of play. The Railhawks, the home team this evening, are 7-4-7. They're in a tight race for positioning themselves as they trail the NASL Conference leader, Vancouver Whitecaps, by 8 points. Carolina, however, has 4 games in hand on the Whitecaps. The Rhinos, though, they've won their last 2 games, including the last matchup with the Railhawks. That was here in Carolina. Jimmy Franks serving a ball into the box. Matt Bobo heading it accidentally into his own goal, so Rochester picked up the 1-0 win. Forwards Isaac Kissy and Anthony Hamilton lead the way for the Rochester Rhinos with 4 goals each, and former Railhawks captain Frankie Sanfilippo returns to the lineup tonight for Rochester after sitting out in their last visit to Carolina, awaiting the birth of their first child. Well, for the Railhawks, they're coming off a 2-0 victory against the Montreal Impact last Saturday. Josh Gardner scored his 5th goal of the year, now tied for the team-leading goals with Etienne Barbara, and also Corey Elenio scoring his first goal of the season with the assist from Barbara. Barbara also is going to have to sit out this game after receiving a red card at the end of the match Saturday against Montreal. Stick around. When we come back, we'll take a closer look at the Rochester Rhinos. We'll break down the Carolina Railhawks and also look at some news and notes as a few teams bolstering their lineup in that final playoff push here for 2010. This is the Rochester Rhinos pregame show. It's sponsored by Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack, and as always, it's here on Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
Hot dog. No one makes it better than Flygo's. Hot dog. Hometown favorite from Flygo's. The flavor is right. In every bite. Cover 'em with lots of everything nice. Everything you like. Come on, take one. No one makes a hot dog like Flygo's. 'Cause how we make 'em makes them great.
Experience it all at the Strath Allen Hotel. Come and enjoy live jazz performances at the Grill Thursday through Saturday. The Grill offers contemporary American cuisine that will satisfy all palates and the largest wine selection in the city. The Grill is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So come and enjoy a fun, exciting, and relaxed atmosphere. The Grill at the Strath Allen Hotel, 550 East Avenue. Visit strathallen.com.
You're talking about it, we're talking about it. When the Lakers had to choose between Kobe and Shaq, everybody railed on the Lakers because they chose Kobe, but anybody inside the organization knew the truth. Kobe was driven, focused, ambitious. Shaq was none of those. Shaq had his titles, he wanted to be a movie star.
This is a championship that is about history. This is about Phil Jackson saying he's going to smoke a cigar now in honor of Red Auerbach.
Right.
And this is about Kobe Bryant getting the monkey off his back.
ESPN Radio and ESPNRadio.com.
And welcome back. The Rochester Rhinos pregame show sponsored by Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack. As the show continues, the Rhinos 10-5-6. Only the second team to get into double digits in wins this year enter the match in second place in the USL Conference with 36 points. They trail the conference leaders, the Austin Aztecs, by 5 points. In their last match, the Rhinos took on the Portland Timbers at Marina Auto Stadium. 6,978 fans for a midweek game. A great turnout as the fans started to appreciate this fine form of Rochester Rhinos soccer. It was the second meeting between the two teams, with the Timbers winning 1-0 in April at PGE Park. In the 22nd minute, Isaac Kissy controlled the ball in the Portland Timbers 18, passed it to Kennel Versailles, and Versailles drilled the ball from right outside the top of the 18 with the outside of the right foot into the back of the net to give the Rhinos the 1-0 lead. The Rhinos held the 1-0 lead at halftime, restraining Portland to only one shot. Rochester came out fighting in the second half. In the 46th minute, Kissy drew a foul in the box, resulting in a penalty kick. Ryan Heins stepped up to take the kick, but Steve Cronin made the save. The Rhinos still holding on to defeat the Portland Timbers 1-0. That brings their record to 10-5-6. The Timbers went down to 7-7-6. And after defeating Portland, the Rhinos have won their last two games, including their last matchup with the Carolina Railhawks. Kissy and Hamilton leading the way for the Rochester Rhinos with 4 goals apiece. And don't forget, on Saturday, the Rhinos will return home to Marina Auto Stadium to take on their arch rivals, the Montreal Impact. Rochester enters the match leading the season series with a win and a tie against their arch rivals, the Impact. The defending league champions are in third place in the NASL Conference, 4 points behind tonight's opposition, the Carolina Railhawks. For tickets and to come out to Marina Auto Stadium and spend the birthday with Rex the Rhino, call 454-KICK. That's right, call 454-KICK for your tickets to Saturday's 7 p.m. game for the Rochester Rhinos and the Montreal Impact. Also visit rhinosoccer.com for more information as the Rhinos coming home from hot, sweltering Cary, North Carolina. Stick around when we come back. We'll take a closer look at the Carolina Railhawks as both teams are warming up on the pitch for tonight's 7 p.m. kickoff on Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
World Gym Rochester. It's more than just an experience, it's a feeling. Sure, you want to look good, but more important, you want to feel good. The staff at the family-owned World Gym Rochester knows what it takes to get results. World Gym Rochester invites you to experience a different feeling. Satisfaction, accomplishment, elation, health, and happiness. Stop into World Gym Rochester, 1717 East Avenue across from Wegmans, or call 271-0440. World Gym Rochester. It's more than just an experience, it's a feeling.
It's incredible. Marina Mitsubishi, always the best for less. Saving you money. All the cool Mitsubishis. Over 400 new and used. 176,000 square feet of pure shopping pleasure. 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on new Mitsubishi. Save big. It's a reason to celebrate Marina Mitsubishi in Webster. Always the best for less.
Do you know why golf is great? It's great because there's no windows, no angry bosses, and no screaming kids. It's great because you can spend less than going to other sporting events and actually play the game. It's all waiting for you at Brockport Golf Club, now open to the public, and it's one of the area's must-play golf courses. Witness an incredible golf experience for seniors Monday through Friday for only $18, and non-seniors only $25 during the week. Brockport Golf Club, bringing the private course experience to a public course at a fraction of the cost. RockportGC.com.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
The most underrated virtue in America is discipline. It doesn't get attention, it's not sexy, and nobody talks about it. But if you lack it and you're a public figure, it will be your downfall. And by the way, it's not just for the rich. Every job in America has a temptation. When I look at people, I look at their discipline.
It's The Herd, weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. ESPN Radio and ESPNRadio.com. This is Rochester's sports leader, Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
And welcome back to the WakeMed Soccer Park, a beautiful soccer facility as we're in the main soccer stadium. 2 gorgeous fields behind us and a beautiful field here in the main soccer stadium. Excellent natural grass surface as both teams continuing to warm up. We're about 25 minutes away from kickoff. It's the Rhinos and the Carolina Railhawks. This portion of the show brought to you by Freetime Magazine, Freetime online all the time at freetime.com. Tonight the Rhinos preparing to face the Carolina Railhawks. The match kicking off, as we said, about 7:05 this evening. It's the second meeting between the two clubs in 2 weeks. It'll be the fourth and the final regular season meeting of 2010. Carolina, tonight they're wrapping up a 4-game homestand. During the 4-game stand, Carolina lost 1-0 to Rochester. They tied Vancouver 2-2, and they defeated Montreal 2-0 in their last game here at the WakeMed Soccer Park. Now the Railhawks coming off a 2-0 victory over Montreal Saturday. Garnered his 5th goal of the year, and now he's tied for the team leading goals and points. Corey Elenio scored his 1st goal of the season. Now the Railhawks in a tight race for positioning as they trail the Vancouver Whitecaps by 8 points. But Carolina, however, has 4 games in hand over the Whitecaps. A big loss, though, tonight for Carolina is Etienne Barbara. He'll have to sit out this game after receiving a red card at the end of the match on Saturday against the Montreal Impact, where apparently he and Matt Jordan had some words after they felt that Barbara had dived in the box. But nonetheless, antics and fireworks against Montreal, nothing new. Now, Railhawks head coach Martin Rennie said last week after the 1-0 loss to Rochester, this is a quote, "We let ourselves down when we played Rochester the last time at home. That was the catalyst for us improving our performance, and we've done well the last 2 games. There's a good rivalry between these 2 teams, so fans can expect a good, hard-fought game," end quote. The next stop for the Railhawks, they'll travel to Baltimore this Saturday, August the 14th, for an afternoon match against Crystal Palace. And stick around when we come back. We'll look at the standings and the schedule in the USSF 2nd Division. This is the Rochester Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack on Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
Spinning Web's Internet and PC services, providing website hosting and support services to the Rochester Rhinos for 10 years. If you need a website, trust who the Rhinos trust. Spinning Web's Internet and PC services, online at spinningwebs.com. Spinning Webs can also debug your personal computer, cleaning up viruses and malicious software that slow it down or cause it to crash. Let Spinning Webs take a look. Rhinos fans, visit rochestersportsfan.com to discuss the Rhinos and all other sports. rochestersportsfan.com, because there's more than just one game in this town.
Thinking about renovating your current home? Why fix it when you can build a brand new one with Sabre Homes? Think Sabre first. You get everything you want without compromise in as little as 3 months. You'll see a much bigger return on your investment, complete with a 10-year warranty. Visit Sabre Homes Models at Berkshire Park in Henrietta, where we're open 7 days a week. Opening soon is Regency Park in Greece, where we'll offer both 1-story patio homes as well as 2-story residences. Call Bill at 359-4800 or visit SaberHomes.com for more information.
I was doing nothing. And I went to Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack. They got it all. Exciting slots. Nearly 1,200 of them. This great all-you-can-eat buffet and live thoroughbred racing. The folks at Finger Lakes are fantastic. There's always a fun crowd. And every month, there's exciting promotions and great events. So much action, so close to home. So why do nothing when you can do it all at Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack? The fun starts here.
Must be 18 to play slot.
With ESPN.com, you can keep up with the sports you want, no matter where they happen. Whether that's Happy Valley or Death Valley, a pond filled with ducks or a swamp filled with gators. Whether it's a palace in Detroit or a pit in New Mexico. From back and forth on Tobacco Road to up and down Yorkie Way, and everywhere from the garden to the field house to the big house. With the best sports video, insights, highlights, and blogs, ESPN.com helps you keep up with everyone, everywhere.
Sports Radio 950 ESPN.com. What do all of these companies have in common? Burger King, General Electric, Microsoft. They all started during a recession. They all had a plan, a business plan, and a marketing plan. If you want your company to succeed in a downturn, let the Entercom Marketing Results Group put a plan together for you. Call 585-222-IDEA, 222-IDEA for a free consultation. We have marketing ideas, advertising ideas, internet ideas, and nearly 500,000 radio listeners in Rochester. The Entercom Marketing Results Group can help you. Breakthrough.
And welcome back to the Rochester Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack. Joe Giuliano with you tonight from WakeMed Soccer Park, where the players are going to have to stay hydrated as it's 97 degrees. With the heat index, it's up to 104, so a very warm and muggy evening here in Cary, North Carolina, as we look at the standings in the USSF 2nd Division. Starting off with the Rhinos Conference, they are in the USL Conference. They trail the Austin Aztecs by 5 points. Austin having a great season, 12-2-5 with 41 points. Rochester 10-5-6, and they have 36 points so far on the season. Rochester, Austin, the only 2 teams in the league with double-digit wins. as Vancouver, the next closest, with 8 as they lead the NASL Conference. They've got 35 points. Carolina, the next closest team, with 28 points, but they've got 4 games in hand to make up that gap against the Vancouver Whitecaps. Teams at the bottom of the table, Miami at the bottom of the NASL Conference, they are 3-8 and they have 10 ties. That is the second most in the league to Vancouver's 11. Miami with 20 points. In the USL Conference, Puerto Rico 6-7-6. They've got 24 points, and Tampa Bay also with 24 points, bottom of the USL Conference. So there are 4 games tonight. Of course, Rochester is here in Carolina. Baltimore is at Montreal. Tampa is at Puerto Rico, and Minnesota is at Portland. Then on Saturday, 6 games in the league. The Railhawks will travel to Baltimore for an afternoon game against Crystal Palace Baltimore. Montreal, the arch rivals, will come to Marina Auto Stadium for a 7 p.m. kickoff. And don't forget, for tickets, call 454-KICK or visit rhinosoccer.com. Tampa is at Miami, and also on Saturday, Vancouver at Minnesota, Austin at Puerto Rico, and Portland at AC St. Louis. Now some teams really looking to bolster themselves as the season comes to a close. The Tampa Bay Rowdies announced that forward Mikel Galindo has been loaned from MLS's Chivas USA until the end of the 2010 season. Galindo began playing for Chivas USA in 2007. Miami FC announced the addition of 4 players as well. They're going to bolster their roster as they prepare to get ready for a final month and a half of the season and looks to get a playoff push as they've brought in Chivas USA's Gerson Mayen and, excuse me on this one, but we'll try to do our best, Chuck Rudy Chinchindu, and Kansas City Wizards' Aaron Holbein were sent to the Blues on loan, and a newcomer from their Brazilian company Traffic Sports, Danilo Martins Teixeira, also brought in as Miami looking to bolster their lineup and make a big playoff push here in 2010. If you're not sure how the playoff structure is going to work in the league, it's broken down into 2 conferences, the USL and the NASL Conference. 6 teams in each of those conferences. The only matter as far as the top seeds are concerned, the top 2 seeds in the playoffs will be the 2 conference winners. Then seeds 3 through 8 will be determined on a single table format. So if you win the conference, you'll be 1 or 2, and then 3 through 8 is a single table format for the playoffs. All right, we'll take a short break here. When we come back, the Portland Timbers announcing their head coach for the Major League Soccer season of 2011, and also much more coming up here on the Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack on Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
Time is life's most precious commodity, and how you spend your free time is one of the most important decisions of every day. So don't leave it to chance. Get informed. Get Free Time Magazine. Free Time is Western New York's original lifestyle magazine. Twice each month, Free Time puts it all together for you. Concerts, clubs, sports, film, dining, theater, festivals, it's all in Free Time, along with stimulating reviews, exclusive interviews, and of course, the most complete 14-day event calendar anywhere. So get the most out of life with Free Time Magazine. It's available free at more than 600 locations throughout Greater Rochester or online anytime at freetime.com.
Hey, Kim from your office called. You saved her life by recommending digital phone with international one-price calling from Time Warner Cable.
The calls back home were killing her.
Sounds like she's made a complete recovery. Add the international one-price calling plan for just $19.95 more per month. Call 756-5000 today. Time Warner Cable, the power of you. Available for digital phone and digital cable or Roadrunner customers. Applies on calls to landline phones. Additional charges apply for tax and fees, directory assistance, operator services, international calls to satellite phones, special services numbers such as toll-free or caller paid information services such as 900 type numbers, calls to chat lines, and cell phone numbers. Some restrictions apply.
And welcome back to the Rochester Rhinos pregame show. Just took a short break, got hydrated, and getting ready for the Rhinos and the Carolina Railhawks. The Portland Timbers of Major League Soccer on Tuesday announced that John Spencer will be the first head coach in club history after 5 seasons as an assistant coach with the Houston Dynamo of Major League Soccer. The Timbers will have John Spencer leading the way in 2011, and the Timbers technical director Gavin Wilkinson made the announcement. Well, big news, folks. Rooney may be coming to Major League Soccer. No, not that one. A number of new faces were on the training pitch for yesterday's Seattle Sounders practice, but by far the most notable one was John Rooney. the younger brother of Manchester United's Wayne Rooney. The 19-year-old trained with the Sounders and played in a scrimmage with some other trialists. Now, according to his rep, the attacking midfielder will continue his trial with Seattle through Friday, at which point he'll head south for another trial with the Portland Timbers. And last night on ESPN2, a young, deadly, and talented Brazilian national team defeated the USA 2-0. 77,000 fans on hand at the new Giant Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. That game easily could have been 10-0 if it weren't for the great performance of goalkeeper Brad Guzan. When we come back here on the pregame show, we'll visit with our friends at ESPN SoccerNet and some shocking news coming out of the managerial ranks in the Premiership as they prepare to kick off this weekend. This is the Rochester Reynolds pregame show on Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
How is Auction Direct changing the used car business for good? We start at dozens of wholesale dealer auctions where we handpick the best vehicles at substantial discounts. Then after they go through Auction Direct certification and get a clean Carfax report, we sell them to you for just $399 over the Auction Direct reserve price. It all adds up to the lowest price and the best experience. Find out for yourself at Auction Direct Used Vehicle Superstore, Route 96 in Victor. Learn more at auctiondirect.com. Health Source Chiropractic, your partners in complete health. Dr. Donald Dudley, certified chiropractic sports practitioner, is the team chiropractor for the Rochester Rhinos. Patients are now being accepted at 90 Erie Canal Drive in Greece in the Canal Ponds Medical Complex. For more information and appointments, call 225-6430 and visit the website at healthsourcechiropractic.com. That's 225-6430. Dr. Donald Dudley and Health Source Chiropractic, your partners in complete health.
When I was younger, it was easy to find a match for me.
Why do you Cupid?
It was this easy forever.
Cupid.com.
I wouldn't be in the situation that I am in today.
Millions of people are joining Cupid.com to find their special someone. Why do you Cupid? I never thought I would try a dating website, but all my friends were doing it.
Cupid.com.
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 So I signed up at Cupid.com, and my first date went great.
That's what I like about Cupid.com. It was free. It matched me with people in my area.
Why do you Cupid? I knew exactly what I was in for, and he was just as great as he seemed online.
Not people. A person in my area. Christine.
And he was local. He lived close by.
Cupid.com.
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 Looking to meet someone?
I don't know if Cupid's arrow can fly from the internet into my heart or into somebody else's heart, but seems to have happened.
And actually, I'm seeing him again next week. Why not rely on Cupid, the original matchmaker? I Cupid to find Mr. Right, not Mr. Right Now. Let him help you at Cupid.com. Why do you Cupid?
Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
And welcome back to the Rochester Rhinos pregame show on Sports Radio 950 ESPN. I'm Joe Giuliano. Tonight, the Rochester Rhinos 10-5-6 taking on the Carolina Railhawks, who are 7-4-7. The Rhinos with 36 points, trailing the league leader and division leader Austin Aztecs by 5 points at this point of the season. Well, before the break, we talked about the English Premiership getting ready to kick off this weekend, and then some shocking news out of Aston Villa. Let's visit with our friends from ESPN SoccerNet to discuss the breaking news.
It's almost 4 years to the day since he took over, and just 5 days before the start of the Premier League season, Martin O'Neill has departed from Villa Park. Steve Nicol and Shaka Hislop here to examine some of the ramifications. Steve, first of all, why? Why now Martin O'Neill deciding to exit?
Well, I think it's clearly a money issue. Whether you're getting a part of a supposed Milner deal or whether he's not getting anything from the Milner deal, I think it's definitely down to money, and that's why he's gone.
Shaka?
Well, I think not only many, but certainly players that are leaving that I don't think he fully agrees with. Milner, of course, is on his way out. There are strong rumours linking Luke Young with another move. And you just feel that some of the talent that Martin O'Neill feels he helped bring through and helped realise the full potential are being taken away from him without any real maybe sign of replacements coming in.
They say timing is everything, Steve. What about the timing of this 5 days before the season?
Well, it couldn't really get a lot worse for them, I think. I think he's just felt that he's not getting back. Certainly there's no other reason other than money for me. He's left the team in a loss, that's for sure, big time. but they'll move on again.
Should he have done this earlier? Start of the summer?
Well, I don't know if he could have. Of course, we don't know what kind of money he would have had. We weren't really sure that Man City would have matched Aston Villa's valuation of James Milner, and we're still unsure about Luke Young. So, given that how slowly the summer has been transfer-wise on the whole, because of Man City pretty much cornering the market, I don't think he maybe saw this coming. As a result, he's now felt that this is the only time he could have done it.
Just quickly, in summation, who do you think might be favoured to succeed Martin O'Neill now?
Well, I think Alex obviously could be the guy. The timing's perfect.
Okay. Shaka?
Martin O'Neill, Stuart Pearce, a couple of names that I think would be in the frame.
Plenty of candidates lining up to take charge at Villa Park. Their first game this weekend against West Ham United.
There was also rumors that Bob Bradley's name was being tossed around, and after watching the game last night, the reports were that Bob Bradley's name was being tossed around as coach of Aston Villa here in the States. Really didn't make its way over to the UK. But staying in the UK, the English national team, Fabio Capello's struggles definitely continue as they prepare for a friendly on Thursday. Let's have a listen to the struggles, the trials and tribulations of Fabio Capello.
Now, after England's World Cup debacle, Fabio Capello probably thought things couldn't get any worse. Wrong. When announcing his squad for Thursday's friendly with Hungary at Wembley, the Italian handed recalls to Blackburn goalkeeper Paul Robinson and Man United defender Wes Brown. The pair promptly responded by telling the England manager they were retiring from international football. Here's Capello.
Robinson, what they want to say at home, they don't like to say to us. Brown in time, I spoke with him here. I said why I didn't select him for the World Cup.
That's Fabio Capello with some huge situations to deal with as England prepares for a friendly this week. There was a friendly this afternoon as we left the hotel. Mexico had a 1-0 lead over Spain. Don't have an update on that one this afternoon as Mexico's Hernandez scored the goal. That was about 20 minutes in when we made our way here to WakeMed Soccer Park as the Rhinos and the Carolina Railhawks will meet for the fourth time and the final time of the regular season. Who knows what happens come playoff time. The season series is 1-1-1. It's the rubber match tonight. We'll see who walks away with the lead in the season series between Rochester and Carolina, a battle that's becoming one of the better rivalries in the league. So Bob Lilly and Martin Rennie have their sides fired up and ready to go. The reserves have made their way to the bench, and the players now assembling in the tunnel, getting ready to be introduced here as a small crowd on hand right now, again with 97 degrees and a heat index of 104. Not expecting a big midweek crowd here in Cary, North Carolina. All right, we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll tell you the starting lineups for Rochester and Carolina. Mike Moran pushing the buttons back in the studio. Coming up next, the Rhinos and the Railhawks on Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
Sports Radio 950 ESPN is WROC Rochester, now worldwide at sportsradio950ESPN.com.
I was doing nothing. Then I went to Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack. They got it all. Exciting slots. You need 1,200 of them. This great all-you-can-eat buffet and live thoroughbred racing. The folks at Finger Lakes are fantastic. There's always a fun crowd. And every month, there's exciting promotions and great events. So much action, so close to home. So why do nothing when you can do it all at Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack? The fun starts here.
Must be 18 to play slots.
It's incredible. Marina Mitsubishi, always the best for less. Saving you money. All the cool Mitsubishis. Over 400 new and used. 176,000 square feet of pure shopping pleasure. 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on new Mitsubishi. Save big. It's a reason to celebrate. Marina Mitsubishi in Webster. Always the best for less.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
The most underrated virtue in America is Discipline. It doesn't get attention, it's not sexy, and nobody talks about it. But if you lack it and you're a public figure, it will be your downfall. And by the way, it's not just for the rich. Every job in America has a temptation. When I look at people, I look at their discipline.
It's The Herd, weekdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. ESPN Radio and ESPNRadio.com.
How is Auction Direct changing the used car business for good? We start at dozens of wholesale dealer auctions where we handpick the best vehicles at substantial discounts. Then after they go through Auction Direct certification and get a clean Carfax report, we sell them to you for just $399 over the Auction Direct reserve price. It all adds up to the lowest price and the best experience. Find out for yourself at Auction Direct Used Vehicle Superstore, Route 96 in Victor. Learn more at AuctionDirect.com.
Hello, yes, you there, listening to the radio right now. It's pretty obvious you're a fan. Have you ever thought about maybe working for this radio station? Some questions to consider. Are you a customer-focused sales professional? Are you looking for a better career opportunity, not just a job? Maybe with a company that's focused on a positive work atmosphere where you can work independently and still contribute in a team environment? If you've answered yes to these, then Entercom Rochester may have the gig for you. At Entercom, you're responsible for creating and executing marketing plans for your clients and, of course, developing new business for the company. Entercom is currently looking to hire account managers to help grow the revenue of our 5 radio stations. Previous sales experience is preferred. Oh, and our top people want to make some handsome incomes. Very handsome. We've got a plan and opportunity for you to succeed. Call Megan Patrick at 423-2922. 423-2922. Entercom Rochester is an equal opportunity employer.
Sports Radio 950 ESPN.com.
Number 2, all right, the Rhinos and the Railhawks being introduced at midfield right now. Good evening and welcome to the Wake Med Soccer Park. I'm Joe Giuliano. The Rhinos and the Railhawks, the 4th and final meeting of the 2010 regular season. Let's get you started right away with the starting lineup this evening. First, for the visiting Rochester Rhinos, Neil Kitson makes his 11th appearance of the season. Neil Kitson starting in goal. He has got a 0.81 goals against average, doing a great job. So, good job and congratulations to him for getting the start again. In the back for Rochester, it's Roberts, Greenfield, Bellamy, and San Filippo. The midfield for Bob Lilly, Pitchcolin, Montegalvan, Rosenlund, Bennett, and Spicer. And up top, it's Isaac Kesey, who's got 4 goals and 1 assist. The home team, Carolina Railhawks. They'll go with Eric Reed in goal. Defensively, it'll be Schulte, Gilkerson, Shields, and Hayes. In the midfield, Franks, Gardner, Watson, and Lowry. Up top, Richardson and Russell from Martin Rennie. Let's take a pause here and listen to the national anthem. It is a hot one here in Cary, North Carolina. 97 degrees with the heat index. We are looking at 104 degrees. Look for the coaches, Bob Lilly and Martin Rennie, to really use their benches this evening. Your official this evening, referee, is Ken Enriquez. First assistant is Daniel Burek. Second assistant is Larry Stroud. And your fourth official is Mark Kadlasek. Rochester wearing the black and white striped jerseys with the black shorts and black socks, now posing for a team photo. Nice classy move here, and the Railhawks in their traditional all-orange jerseys. We'll take time to pose for a photo as well. As, again, very small crowd on hand again for the midweek matchup, the fourth and final one of the regular season between Rochester and Carolina. It's 1-1-1. We call this the rubber match, and we'll see who gets the confidence heading into the stretch run here, as a lot of teams preparing for the 2010 playoff push. Now the Railhawks throwing some jerseys up into the stands before we get underway here. There's Bob Lilly and the Rhinos huddling on the bench. 2 weeks ago, Rochester picked up a 1-0 win here in Carolina. Jamie Franks serving the ball into the box. Matt Bobo heading it, and it got past goalkeeper Eric Reed. Rochester, in a game that a lot of people feel they were outplayed, did take a 1-0 victory. Matt Bobo is on the sideline this evening. He's available as a reserve, as he also sat out the Montreal game. The first game he did not start all season long. Matt Bobo sat out that game, sits out again tonight. John Gilkerson starting in his place this evening. So, not sure if it's been a lot of psychological damage for Bobo, but he is, again, not in the starting lineup tonight for Martin Rennie and the Carolina Railhawks. Rochester will be shooting at the goal to our right, as Eric Reed takes his spot, the 26-year-old. 16 games played this year, a 0.75 goals against average. For Rochester, Neil Kitson, his first year with the Rhinos, a 0.81 goals against average. So that ranks him at number 4 in the league. And Reed is number 3 in the league. Scott Vallow, actually, is the number 2 goalkeeper in the league in goals against average with a 0.70 goals against average. So Rochester looking to pick up the victory, hopefully here tonight, and then head home for the big one on Saturday against Montreal. And they can celebrate Rex's birthday bash. It's going to be a kickoff at midfield for the Railhawks. Watson and the new Scotsman, Alan Russell, handling the duties here. The Railhawks attacking the goal to our left. Ken Enriquez checks his watch, counts the players, and we are underway from Wake Med Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina. David Hayes, the former Rhino, with it on the near side. Plays it in the middle of the field for Floyd Franks. Driven ball low, hard. Middle of the field, Russell lays it off for Hayes. Into the Reynolds half of the field. Hayes spinning, coming back with it. Amir Lowry gets it to Franks. Then Schulte now with it. On the far side, just inside his own half of the field. Plays it out to Shields. A little slow ball coming back for Schulte, but on this beautiful surface, finds the central defender's foot, and the Railhawks playing it around the horn, where Hayes sends a long ball into the Reynolds half of the field. Tyler Bellamy steps in front, and Reynolds come away with it. Crossing midfield, it's Rosenlund. Ian Bennett getting the start on the right side, cutting inside through his left foot. Trying to keep possession here. Knocked away, and taken away by the Railhawks, middle of the park. Watson gets it to Gardner. Hayes now back to Gilkerson. With Gilkerson taking the central defensive spot where Bobo occupied against Rochester in the last game. Richardson lucky to keep possession here for the Railhawks. That one's deflected forward. Bellamy out of St. Bonaventure University pops it out of bounds at midfield. And Shields, the 33-year-old, quickly takes the throw-in. Gets it to Richardson. Pops straight up in the air. Tries to take a touch, and Greenfield able to knock it away there for the Rhinos. Hard challenge, middle of the park, Montegalvan and Gardner. And let's see if Rosenlund, no, he can't come up with it as the referee blocking his angle to the ball. And a triple team by the Rhinos wins possession back. Here's Bennett on the near side. One-on-one, gets around David Hayes. Bennett's got some wheel. He's got some space here on the near flank. Looking up, Hayes recovers. Right off to the former Railhawk captain, Frankie Sanfilippo. Out of Montegalvan. Sanfilippo back to Bellamy. Bellamy and Roberts have formed an excellent partnership. Long ball looking for Kissy, intercepted by Lowry and played to Floyd Franks. And speaking of Franks, Jimmy Franks back in Rochester with a slight groin pull, as he was the one who served the ball into the box, leading to the Matt Bobo own goal. As Roberts takes a whack at this one, goes off of Alan Russell, who's now played 3 games with the Railhawks. The number 10 has 1 assist. Of Scotland has really fit in nicely here with Martin Rennie and the Carolina Railhawks. Now called on the Railhawks half of the field, far side. It'll be a free kick for Carolina. Again, it's very, very hot, 97 degrees, up into the hundreds when you mix the humidity into the mix. As the Rhino players all day at the hotel, staying hydrated, water jugs in everyone's hands. As we are in the 4th minute and scoreless at the Wake Med Soccer Park. Schulte coming over midfield on the far side, gets it to Shields. Right-footed cross, headed away by Spicer. Richardson takes it away nicely from Greenfield, far side of the 18 where he's dumped. Referee says play on. Greenfield tries to clear it only as far as Franks. Now it's headed forward for Kissy. Coming up to the near side for Ian Bennett. Bennett, his 9th appearance of the year. Sanfilippo's overlapping. Slows it down. Cuts inside. Middle of the park, Montegalvan. Spicer, good touch to the outside flank for Greenfield. Quickly back inside to Montegalvan, and that effort easily cleared away by Shields. Midfield, it's Bellamy with it for Rochester in his own half. Frankie Sanfilippo, his 20th appearance of the year, has 1 assist. Crossing over midfield, takes a right-footed poke forward where Lowry heads it to Hayes on the near side, and Gilkerson will boot it off of Isaac Kissy. Now, Kissy had a great game on last Wednesday against the Portland Timbers. Set the table nicely for Versailles on that 22nd minute goal. Rochester holding on for the 1-0 victory. As Gardner lays it back to Hayes, who pops one straight up in the air at midfield. Roberts heads it forward. Near Lowry, nice little touch. Franks trying to stretch those legs out and get into some space. Finds it on the far side. Richardson. Far side near the corner flag. Marked by Greenfield and Spicer coming over. Richardson cuts it to his left. In swinging cross through the 18 and out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick here for the Rhinos in the 6th minute. As Kitson will get his first touch on the ball. Isaac Kissy being called over by Bob Lilly. Some instruction coming from the Rhinos head coach on the sideline. 4th and final meeting of the year between Rochester and Carolina. Who knows if they'll meet in the playoffs or not. Kitson with the goal kick here. Kitson having a great season here in 2010. Gets into this one up over midfield. Lowry wins the header over Kissy. Now Watson to Richardson on the far side. Spicer tracking back on him. Nicely takes it away. Plays it behind Greenfield. Got some pressure to deal with from Russell, but Greenfield will clear it to midfield. Franks and Pitchcole battle for that one. Here's Bennett now. With his pace and speed, Sanfilippo overlapping on the right side. Bennett gets it to Sanfilippo. Hayes closing down Sanfilippo, plays it in the middle, 35 yards out. Montegalvan takes a shot from distance, and that's not troubling Eric Reed, the 26-year-old out of UCLA. We'll have a goal kick here in the 7th minute as the Railhawks and the Rhinos are scoreless. Carolina coming off a 2-0 win over Montreal on Saturday. Gardner and Alineo with the goals. In that game, Etienne received a red card. That's a big loss. That's a 5-goal scorer out of your lineup this evening. Sitting out, Etienne Barbara. Sanfilippo, inside of the foot, lays it off nicely for Troy Roberts. There's Greenfield. Russell, the lone forward. Applying some pressure. Roberts avoids that, comes forward. On the far side now, it's Jonathan Greenfield, the South African. Cuts it back to his right foot. Little pocket there for Kissy to work with, but pitch Cohen heavy on the touch, and Franks comes away with it for the Railhawks. There's Gardner looking to get the far side opened up for Richardson. Greenfield reads it well in the 8th minute, heads it back to Kitson quickly throws it out to Frankie Sanfilippo. Back to Bellamy. Rochester in that 4-5-1 formation with Kissy as the lone forward, but they want Bennett and Spicer to push up and support the striker along with Rosenlund or Pitch Cullen at times. Through ball into space. This is Rosenlund's foray into the 18. Gilkerson takes no chances, clears it over the far sideline. And a throw in here for Rochester. About 18 yards out on the Carolina far side. Spicer to take it. Leaves it there for Greenfield. And again, in this heat and humidity, no urgency from the Rhinos to play very quick right now, and shouldn't be. Kissy. Now he's playing quick, gets around. Schulte turns the corner, and Shields comes over just to nudge him off the ball enough. And Eric Reed comes off his line to pick it up for the Railhawks, has it in his own 18. Defending the goal to my right. Goes short to Shields. Greg Shields, 33 years old, 14 games played. Now with Bobo coming out of the lineup, Carolina's got one player who's in his 20s on the back line. That is Gilkerson, the 24-year-old. There's Pitch Cullen coming back for it. But the rest, Schulte's 32, Shields 33, Hayes 34. And there's Schulte off of his shoulder. Should be a throw-in for the Rhinos right in front of the Carolina bench. Taken by Frankie Sanfilippo. Frankie spent some time here in Carolina, also with Syracuse, Charleston. He was the captain with the Railhawks. Captain again here now with the Rochester Rhinos. Kissy checking back, cleared away from him, but Montalban pops it back into space. Kissy and Gilkerson fighting for it, and the referee, Ken Enriquez, calls a foul at the corner of the 18 on the near side. It was a good battle between Kissy and Gilkerson, but the Rhinos will take a free kick here, corner of the 18. On the near side, Montalban and Greenfield over this one for the Rhinos. Alfonso Montalban with one assist this year. Greenfield says, I'll take this one. As he can go with the right or the left. Greenfield also has one assist. He'll be dealing with a three-man wall. He's going to go with the right foot, so a little outswinging service, I'm sure, into the box. Greenfield, little chip at the 6. Pitch Cullen off the top of his head. And rolls over the end line. Goal kick here for the Railhawks. Pitch Cullen lunging for that one. Able to redirect it on frame. Good service there from Greenfield, and a good effort there from Aaron Pitch Cullen, who sat out 2 games due to a red card. Picked up a red card in Puerto Rico. He's back in the mix. Versailles did a great job filling in for him while he was suspended. Here's Hayes. All the way across the pitch for Schulte. Shields with it now. Approaching midfield, plays a long ball forward, looking for Watson. Greenfield, kind of a dangerous clearance, and Sanfilippo heads it back to Kitson. The Rhinos make a meal of this one as the header from Sanfilippo goes over the end line, and the Railhawks will pick up a corner kick here. Gardner and Richardson over there. They want to go short with it, and Richardson's going to leave it for Gardner. Josh Gardner, the 27-year-old, having a great year. 5 goals and 2 assists. Looking to add to that total here on the corner kick from the far side. Left foot in swinger. Pitch Cullen at the 6, heads it straight out. Shields takes a touch. Back outside to Gardner. Another left-footed cross at the 6. No one there for the Railhawks. And Neil Kitson of St. John's University quickly throws it out to Rosenlund. The Rhinos trying to break out here. Far side midfield, Spicer. Looking to go to Kissy, off the mark, and taken away here by Hayes. Lowry, back to Hayes. David Hayes, the 34-year-old journeyman. Played with Portland last year. Was going to retire and then coach the Atlanta Silverbacks women's team. Less than 1 month on that job, Hayes said, no, I'm going to go back and play. And now he's ended up here with the Carolina Railhawks. Our side of the field, Montalban just slices it to Spicer. Greenfield comes forward now for Kissy. Kissy checking back, avoiding the traffic. Still on the far side, looks up, starts to get one-on-one here with Lowry, but he's going to go to Spicer, and that's not a good ball from Kissy at all as it rolls over the end line. As he's got some time and space really to go forward with that one. Kissy deciding to play a ball into space for Spicer, who was never going to reach that one. So a goal kick here for the Railhawks. 13 minutes and scoreless. Hayes gets it back to Schulte. Mark Schulte coming over from Cleveland with Martin Rennie. There's a long ball. Sanswitzel heads it into the turf. And 35 yards from his own goal, Monte Galvan. Gets it to Spicer. Bad giveaway, middle of the park. Lowry has it now. Goes to the far side for Gregory Richardson. Richardson, one-on-one, decides to cross it. He had Greenfield with some space behind him. But Richardson, 1 goal and 2 assists. Crosses it into the arms of Neil Kitson. Kitson puts it onto the carpet here, top of the 18, looking for some movement here. Great driven ball down the pitch by Kitson. Kissy, it's over his head. And Schulte and the Railhawks come away with it. Amir Lowry with it. The 26-year-old played at Wake Forest. Long ball looking for Russell. Roberts gets it to Greenfield, and it comes off the chest of Richardson. Does a good job to hustle, keep it in bounds on the far side. And can Gardner keep it in? He does, still on the far side. Greenfield now has to deal with it near the corner flag. And he'll let it roll out of bounds, and a goal kick coming up here for the Rhinos. Subs available for Bob Lilly this evening. Of course, Scott Barrow, Adam West, Anthony Hamilton, Ryan Heins, Kendall Versailles, Nano Short, and Andrew Hoxie available for the Rochester Rhinos. 15th minute goal kick for Neil Kitson. Takes it. That's the goal to my left. Another long, booming kick up past the center circle. Flicked on by Lowry. Schulte's going to track back and boot it up towards midfield, where Spicer picks up possession for the Rhinos. Kissy gets behind Schulte. In that space, Rosenlund cuts around one player. Empty net shoots, and he scores! Patience and beautiful timing for Tyler Rosenlund. Cuts it to his right. Reed and the defender are beat. The Rhinos, against the run of play, have a 1-0 lead here in the 15th minute. Tyler Rosenlund scoring his first goal of the year to go with 2 assists. So Rochester, Rosenlund from Kissy, and it's 1-0 Rochester.
Rochester Rhinos goal by number 13, Tyler Rosenlund.
Good stuff there from Rosenlund. Just great patience inside the 18. He took his time, cut it to his right, and then Reed and the defender went down, and there was a wide-open net, and Rosenlund makes no mistake there as he gets his first of the season to go along with 2 assists. And the Rhinos have a 1-0 lead, and Rosenlund is playing behind Kissy, just withdrawn behind him, but he does push up when he gets the chance, and that time found the mark, and it was a good ball, I believe, by Greenfield to thread the needle there into Kissy and get it behind Schulte and open up the Carolina defense. Far sideline, Franks with it. Near the corner flag, driven cross. Kitson came off his line, then saw better. And it does go over the end line and a corner kick here on the near side for the Carolina Railhawks. But going back to that goal again, I believe it was Greenfield. Good setup. Short corner kick, Hayes. In-swing service, and Lowry gets his head on it and out of bounds. So we're in the 17th minute. The Rhinos have a 1-0 lead, and that pass by Greenfield from the far side just opened up this Carolina defense. Schulte went to intercept the pass. He missed. And then it was Gilkerson alone with Kissy and Rosenlund kind of streaking in from the far side, where he just took his time, nicely found the back of the net, and the Rhinos have a 1-0 lead. There's Kitson's goal kick. Flicked on by Pitch Cohen. No one there for the Rhinos. Greg Shields to take it there. He was loaned to Patrick Thistle in Scotland this past winter, where he played 11 games, and I'm sure the weather was a lot different than what we're seeing tonight, as air conditioning could not come soon enough. We're upstairs here above the press box in the open air. As this ball is played by Sanfilippo back to his goalkeeper, Neil Kitson. That's one thing that Kitson does bring to the table. He has just got a long, booming kick. Puts the opposition under some pressure. Headed back into the Railhawks half. Schulte plays it back to Reed, and that was kind of a comedy of errors there. Schulte went for the interception. Reed and I believe Shields were the two players who got cut around by Rosenlund, and he found the empty net. Here's Russell, 30 yards out for the Railhawks. Coming out to the near side, Hayes pushing up from the left side. Gardner with it now, back to Hayes. Cuts it back to his right foot. Tries to send it in, but Montegalvan put his chest on it. That is a late call by the man in the middle, Ken Enriquez. As he makes the call here, the Railhawks have a free kick, and it'll be just outside the corner of the 18 on the near side. Montegalvan called for a handball. I thought it was off the chest. Gardner and Franks over the ball. Two-man wall for Kitson. Rosenlund and Bennett on the corner of the 18. Now they're asked to push back a little bit. It'll be Franks to take the free kick. There's the service. Kitson off his line. Fights through the traffic, punches the ball away, and the referee didn't like what he saw. Again, it's a little late with the call, but does make the call as Kitson was interfered with, and it'll be a free kick in the 18 as some of the Rhinos coming over to rehydrate. Rosenlund, the goal scorer, Ian Bennett, also grabbing some fluids. As we are in the 100-degree range this evening. Kitson is up, and he's okay. He'll take the restart here for the Rhinos. 20th minute, the Rhinos with a 1-0 lead. Rosenlund from Kissy. And from Martin Rennie, he's just going to be shaking his head at times. They thought they outplayed the Rhinos in that last game where they lost 1-0. And tonight, as the home team, they're kind of coming at Rochester, but the Rhinos coming the other way and finding the back of the net. Here's Roberts. Trying to get the ball into space. Hayes jumps up, heads it to Schulte. Back to Shields. Schulte and Shields playing back and forth here, pressured by Rosenlund. So Schulte goes all the way back to Reed. Far side of the 18. That's who is Captain Schulte, who hasn't had a chance to unload one of those bombs on throw-ins. But Reed has it inside the 18, and Rochester, good job pushing numbers forward, kind of trapping Carolina in their own half right now, but Schulte beats that by sending a long ball for Russell. Roberts heads it, but ends up on the chest of Richardson. Here's Gardner, middle of the field now, top of the 18, looking to get it in to Watson, and Greenfield just steps in front of it, knocks it over the end line, and it'll be a corner kick on the far side for the Railhawks. Richardson to take it. Right now Carolina has one player in the box. Lowry telling Richardson to hold off. Schulte, Lowry make their way in. They go short to Gardner instead. His left-footed drive blocked, corner of the 18. Gardner picks up possession, far side. Cross back in. Kissy, nice backtracking, heads it out of the 18. Hayes looking to get inside the box with Franks, and nicely taken away by Sanfilippo. Bennett into space for Kissy. Watson at midfield, right at the midfield stripe on the near sideline. Pressuring Kissy. Should be a throw-in for the Rhinos, and it is. And Kissy doing a good job holding off two Railhawk defenders. Sanfilippo takes the throw-in. Bennett double teamed here, but still keeps possession. Sanfilippo, nice ball. Middle of the field for Rosenlund. Spins. Going at Schulte, top of the 18, cuts it back to his right. Rosenlund still with it. Lays it off for Bennett on the near flank. Montegalvan with it now. Sanfilippo, near sideline with it. One touch cross into the box. Spicer goes for the header. And Schulte gets on it and heads it back to his goalkeeper, Eric Reed. We're in the 22nd minute. The Rhinos have a 1-0 lead over the Carolina Railhawks in their fourth and final meeting. Don't forget, Rochester is back home on Saturday, 7 p.m. The arch rival Montreal Impact come to town. It's also Rex the Rhino's birthday. Call 454-KICK or visit rhinosoccer.com for more information. Long ball forward, looking for Watson, out of bounds by Roberts, and a throw in here for the Railhawks. Here's Gardner, takes a touch, turns one into the box, looking for Russell, and easily cleared away there by Roberts. Lowry and Rosenlund battling for it. They go back to David Hayes. Changes it to the far side. Schulte with it now. Into the Reynolds half. Schulte for Russell. Trying to get Richardson in behind the Reynolds defense. That ball's played behind him. Shields gets a cross away. Sanfilippo inside the 18. And knocks the danger away. Schulte with possession again. Coming to the near side for David Hayes. There's Gardner, who's been outstanding this year. Tries a left-footed poke. Deflected by Sanfilippo. The Reynolds come away with it. And a heavy touch by Sanfilippo out of bounds. And not sure why Sanfilippo didn't just play it into space for Kissy, who's got blazing speed. I thought maybe wanted a call as Sanfilippo was being tugged at from behind. But earlier should have been just a touch forward into space. And Kissy could have opened up this pitch with his speed. Nice touch from Franks to Lowry. Russell checking back for it. Heavy touch, and Montalban will just swipe at it. And Schulte into the Reynolds half of the field. With Shields now. There's Gregory Richardson, 27-year-old. 6 goals last year in 13 games played. Pitch Colin, good job just sticking in there, knocking it away from Franks. There's Ian Bennett. Coming on the near side for Kissy. Gilkerson coming over to deal with him. Kissy still on the sideline. Franks, Gardner, and Gilkerson helping him. And good stuff here from the Rhinos. Bennett to Kissy, corner of the 18 on the near side. Oh, he just steps over the ball. And Lowry lets it roll out of bounds. Great stuff from Ian Bennett as he drew the crowd in a soft little touch forward into space. And Kissy got in behind the Railhawks defense, but his touch at the corner of the 18, his last touch to get around that last defender, just very heavy. As Gilkerson, looks like he is down on the pitch on the near side, just outside the 18. Sorry, David Hayes. Sorry, he's 34 years old, running out there. Probably not the best of conditions. He's limping on his left leg. David Hayes, 34 years old, played 13 games so far with Carolina this year. Trainer's not going to have to come out. Hayes looks like he'll be able to fight it off.
That's next Wednesday, August 18th, right here.
Reed with a goal kick. We're in the 25th minute, and the Reynolds have a 1-0 lead. If you're just tuning in, Rosenlund with the goal, Kissy with the assist. And Reed gets us underway. Headed straight up in the air by pitch Cohen. Russell trying to get it over to the far side for Richardson and Spicer. Nice touch by pitch Cohen. Center circle, Rosenlund has it. But he and Franks fight for it, and pitch Cohen neatly comes in, cleans up the mess. There's Bennett. Sanfilippo's overlapping. Bennett, corner of the 18, takes a right-footed shot. Deflected off of Gilkerson, but Reed keeps his eye on it and scoops it up there for the Railhawks. What's going to be interesting here is on this right side, Sanfilippo likes to overlap, but doesn't take away from the space of Ian Bennett to go one-on-one with a defender on the near side. As there's been some gaps, but Sanfilippo's overlap, so Bennett's been forced to go inside. We'll see if Frankie holds off on one of those overlapping runs and lets Ian Bennett try and create some magic. And Schulte has it. Far side of the pitch. Now Gilkerson, former draft pick of the New York Red Bulls. Comes to the middle of the field now is Franks. Coming into space for Richardson. Slide tackle lunged away there by Bellamy. Gardner with the cross. And Greenfield and Russell both get tangled up. And clear to the end line. Sanfilippo keeps it in bounds for the Rhinos. Good challenge there both ways. There's Kissy. Back to the goal scorer, Rosenlund. Pitch Colin now with it. And Montalban. Near sideline for Bennett. There's Bennett Hayes now with him. That nice little chip to the top of the 18 looking for Kissy. Schulte wanted Reed to come out. He didn't, so Schulte's got to play it away. And Richardson has it now. On the ground for Watson. Franks on the near side for Hayes. Hayes checking back for his Gardner. Watson back to David Hayes, who suffered a bit of a knock. We'll see if he can keep up with the pace of Ian Bennett and if the Rhinos capitalize on that space. Richardson trying to face goal, top of the 18. He's taken down by Greenfield, got the ball. The Rhinos with a great chance to counterattack. Montegalvan coming up over midfield. Kissy. It's 3-on-4 right now as Rochester gets it to Rosenlund, middle of the field. Far side of the 18. Rosenlund cuts it back to his right. 20 yards out. Still with it. Montegalvan now. Corner of the 18. Takes a look up. Low cross. Gilkerson clears it away for the Railhawks. Greenfield heads it back towards the 18. Spicer's header straight up in the air. No one there for the Rhinos. And Watson will pick up possession for Carolina. Richardson crossing midfield. Russell with it now. Middle of the park. Watson. Floyd Franks. Here's Hayes now. Takes a touch. Looks up. Doesn't serve the ball. Lays it off for Franks. Gives it back to the veteran David Hayes, and Ian Bennett just can't reach in there and knock it away as Montegalvan plays it back to Kitson. 29th minute, Rochester has a 1-0 lead. No clearance by Kitson, ends up on the foot of Tyler Rosenlund. Picked up his first league goal of the year tonight. As the Rhinos have a 1-0 lead, Kissy picked up his second assist, had an assist in the last game against Portland, and does it again here tonight. His point streak continues. Sanfilippo has it now on the near side. As Rochester's finding gaps and finding some pockets here in the middle of the field against the Carolina Railhawks. Some good possession here from Rochester. Montegalvan. Pitch Cohen to Rosenlund. Now back to Roberts. A good bit of play here from the Rhinos. Pitch Cohen. Lowry on his back. Pitch Cohen spins, gets away from the pressure. Plays it outside to Greenfield. Roberts with it now. To Bellamy. Rochester scoring around the horn here. On the near side now it's Sanfilippo. Gardner coming over to apply some pressure. Gets it through to Kissy. Hayes comes over to square up on him. Rosenlund, good ball outside. Greenfield's got some space. Decides to go back to pitch Cohen. This is good possession from the Rhinos. Little keep away here. Rosenlund, middle of the field. To Spicer. Now pitch Cohen. The question is, can Rochester go forward? Pitch Cohen tries it here on the near side. Hayes has got to stretch with every inch and flick it off the top of his head. And out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in deep in Carolina's half of the field for the Rochester Rhinos. Sanfilippo to do the honors. As Rochester looking to recover and replenish the fluids. Sanfilippo looking for some movement. Bennett shows up. So does Rosenlund, corner of the 18. Sanfilippo still with it here. A nice little pocket that he gets it to Bennett. Tries a right-footed cross. Ends up on Rosenlund's foot. Got his back to the goal. Inside the 18. Rosenlund still with it. Got Bennett behind him. Leaves it there for Ian Bennett, who's played very nice this first half so far. Bennett has it one-on-one with Hayes. Not afraid to go one-on-one. Very comfortable with the ball at his feet. Gets around Hayes. Pitch Cohen. 20 yards out. Spinning around. Back to Montegalvan. And this has been all Rochester the last 5 minutes or so. Possession Rhinos. As that cross cleared away off the chest of Schulte. And Russell comes away with it. The Railhawks now with a counterattack opportunity of their own. Richardson stretching the legs out. Trying to go one-on-one with Greenfield. Recovers and clears it away. Richardson's going to keep it in bounds. Far side of the corner flag. Shields, corner of the 18. Great foot chip into the box. Sanfilippo heads it back to the far side. Richardson goes down. And a little contact there with Spicer. Referees are going to have none of that and just give a throw in here for the Railhawks in minute number 32. Schulte, little chip into the box. Sanfilippo had it straight up in the air. And good win there by Montegalvan. Gets it away from Franks. Kissy knocked off the ball by Gardner. Watson, top of the Rhinos 18, spinning, cutting around, trying to find any sort of opening for a shot. Greenfield clears it away there for the Rhinos. And it will be a throw-in for the Railhawks. Deep in Rochester's half of the field. Hayes to take it, so Schulte doesn't come with the bomb there. Hayes with it now. Corner of the 18. Gardner lays it off for Watson. And Watson plays this one off of Ian Bennett and picks up a corner kick on the near sideline for the Railhawks. Wade Franks over to take it. Hayes coming over to the sideline. Get some water, maybe have a word with Martin Reddy. As again, Hayes picked up a bit of a knock. We'll see if it's anything serious or if it's even going to prevent him from maybe going in hard against Ian Bennett. Here's Franks, corner kick from the near side. Into the 6, kicks it again through the traffic, punches it away. Travels through the 18, and Greenfield has it on the far side. Plays it on the ground. Kissy and Shields let that one roll through. And Watson will have possession here for the Railhawks. Lowry to Gardner. Action here in the Rhinos half of the field. Franks on the near sideline. Sanfilippo looking at him along with Bennett. So he lays it off to David Hayes. Gardner. Right foot across into the box. Russell is there with the header. Gets in diving to his left, but they're going to call a foul anyways. In the box is Russell. 3 games played, 1 assist. Alan Russell played with Kilmarnock, also in England with Macclesfield, the 29-year-old. First game with the Railhawks was against Rochester in that 1-0 loss, and he has really fit in well, though. He's looked like the target man the Railhawks have needed. I just wonder if he scores a goal or they're going to come in bunches. He has to find the back of the net. Kitson's restart off the head of Lowry, and a throw-in for the Rhinos on the far side. It'll be Greenfield to take it. Looks off, pitch Cohen. Rosenlund checks back for the Rhinos. Can't stress enough how calm and cool Rosenlund took that goal, and he's been pushing so hard, looking to get his game back on track, and he took that one beautifully. Hopefully that's the confidence boost that Rosenlund's needed, as he had an incredible start to the year, then kind of tailed off a little bit. But tonight, he's looked very comfortable and very confident. The goal kick has the long ball by the Rhinos and over the end line. Schulte, tough ball there for Franks to deal with. Pitch Cohen, good pressure, gets it to Kissy, will play on. Kissy's taken down. Pitch Cohen, 20 yards out. Rosenlund cuts it to his left, now goes back to his right. Ian Bennett inside the 18. Top of the box, and Rosenlund takes a one-timer. That sails up and over the bar as Kissy is down. Referee Ken Henriquez coming over to have a word with Schulte, who came in late with a bit of a clumsy challenge on Isaac Kissy. So he gets a verbal warning, and water being thrown all over the pitch, bottles opening up, and water spreading all over the place. Dave DePasquale not yet called onto the pitch as Kissy looks like he's holding up his left leg. Referee over the Rhino forward, and this is a good chance in the 36th minute for the Rhinos and the Railhawks to recuperate and throw on some more fluids. And while we have this break, let's forget Saturday the Rhinos will return home to Marina Auto Stadium to take on the arch rival Montreal Impact. Rochester leads the season series with Montreal with a win and a tie against their arch rivals. The Impact are the defending league champions. They're in third place currently in the NASL Conference. For tickets, you can call Ticketmaster. Call the Rochester Rhinos box office at 454-KICK, or visit rhinosoccer.com. It's Rex the Rhinos birthday bash. Also a sleepover taking place at Marina Auto Stadium. So hopefully you can come out and cheer the Rhinos to victory, and then spend the night at Marina Auto Stadium in celebration of Rex the Rhino's birthday. Kissy got looked at. It was his left leg as he's holding his shin guard in his hand, and his left sock is down. Isaac Kissy, 4 goals and 2 assists. Really had a tough time getting it going here in 2010. Had a deep knee bruise that just was lingering on much longer than he would have liked. But he's gotten healthy, and he's starting to find a rhythm as he's called back onto the pitch. 38th minute, the Rhinos with a 1-0 lead. Lowry just pokes it around. Pitch Cohen has it now on the far side for the Railhawks. Richardson plays it back to Shields. Lays it off slowly for Amir Lowry. There's a left-footed service into the box. Richardson has a beat on it, but Kitson reads it well. So quick to come off his line. As Kitson has the ball in his hands inside his own 18. Takes his time, pushes everybody up, now puts it down onto the carpet. And Russell's going to slowly come over. No, he's going to back off again, so Kitson takes his time. He's putting this one deep into the Railhawks half of the field. Kissy run up the back, still picks up possession as Gilkerson can't knock him off the ball. Giveaway here by Kissy, though. He's looking for Bennett on the near side. Hayes steps in front. Lowry to Watson. He's got some time to turn, cross midfield. Trying to come in the near side for Russell. Sanfilippo steps in front, wins it there. Sure, Russell may be a little frustrated not getting the service he would like at this point. Schulte has it now for Carolina. Floyd Franks, midfield. And again, nice job by Pitch Cohen to step in and intercept that pass. And it's given away again by Hayes. Roberts. Midfield, right in the center circle. Spicer to Pitch Cohen. And they have a nice little space here to work with on the near side. Sanfilippo. Coming right at David Hayes. Cuts it back. Pitch Cohen to Montegalvan. Now Bennett with it. Bennett and Gilkerson get tangled up, and they're going to call Gilkerson for the foul. And immediately the Railhawks bench up and on their feet. Not happy with that call, and I think they've got a bone to pick there, as I thought it was just a good challenge both ways. As Bennett and Gilkerson came in hard. Referee saw it differently, so the Rhinos will pick up a free kick here on the near side, about 30 yards out. Greenfield to take it, two-man wall for the Railhawks. We're in minute number 40. Rochester has a 1-0 lead here on Sports Radio 950 ESPN. Greenfield cross. Lowry has it through the 18. Pitch Cohen chips it up in the air to himself, tries to get the little right foot touch on it, but Reed inside the 6 takes it away. That would have been a thing of beauty as Pitch Cohen chipped the ball up to himself and then just tried to stick the right leg in there. But Reed able to come away with the ball for the Railhawks. 41st minute. Lowry with it now. Long service, looking for Gardner. Bellamy again is there, and Roberts helps him out. They have formed a great partnership as central defenders. Excellent job by those two this year. Rosenlund, Montegalvan. Really great performance so far. Pitch Cohen, I think, has been outstanding as that anchor in the middle of the park for Rochester. Rosenlund. Spicer now. Back to Sanfilippo. On the near side, Ian Bennett has it. Goes back to Sanfilippo. Like to see him go right at Hayes. Does a good job shielding off Hayes. Keeps it on the near sideline. Coming towards the 18 is Ian Bennett. Low hard cross off of Schulte. And Hayes clears it away. Rosenlund has it, though, for the Rhinos. Spinning around looking for an opening. Pitch Cohen. Pressured. Tried to sneak it out to Greenfield. He can't. And Richardson comes away with it. But Pitch Cohen, a good lunge in there. Knocks it away, and the Rhinos still having possession in the 42nd minute. Middle of the field. Big gap opening up here for the middle of the park for the Railhawks as their defense. And attack-minded players starting to stretch out just a bit here. Greenfield has it now on the far side. Rochester looking to expose that little pocket that's there. Schulte steps into it. Heads it away for the Railhawks, but a bad touch by Gardner, almost giving Rochester possession. Hayes with it here on the near sideline. 42 minutes in. Franks with it now. To Amir Lowry. Shields pushing forward on the far side. Gregory Richardson laying it off back for Amir Lowry. And it's just creative opportunities for Carolina not coming about. Rochester defensively has been solid. Pitch Cohen, Montegalvan And needless to say, Bellamy and Roberts, the usual solid performance. That one is dummied by Franks, and Bellamy reads it well, steps in front there for the Rhinos. And Filippo puts Bellamy in a tight spot with that service, but Bellamy showing great composure. Calm, cool, plays it back to Kitson, who quickly knocks it out to Roberts. Here's pitch calling that little space that's opening up to Rosenlund. Pitch calling now back to Bellamy. Montegavon, Rochester here, 43rd minute, just knocking it around in their own half, forcing Carolina to come and get them as the home team. Bellamy long ball forward. Headed down by Hayes. Schulte plays it back to John Gilkerson. Played with the Richmond Kickers on loan in 2008. His long ball way off the mark. And 44th minute, goal kick for the Rhinos. As you're just tuning in, here's what's happened. In the 15th minute, Rosenlund from Isaac Kissy. Rochester has a 1-0 lead. No cards issued yet. And a sweltering night, 97 degrees. Temperature with the humidity into the hundreds. It is a very difficult environment to play in this evening. And even broadcast from upstairs. No air conditioning this evening for me. As a long kick. Kitson goes to Gilkerson, lays it back to Reed. Russell now middle of the field with it, gets it out to the far flank for Richardson. Maybe one last rush here for the Railhawks. Richardson's cross is blocked by Montegavon, and again, Rochester with that wall up in front, preventing any service coming into the box for Russell and some of the more attack-minded players. There's Gilkerson to Hayes, 45th minute. Hayes down the near sideline for Gardner. Back to Hayes. Hayes, quick little touch back down, and that's going to run off the turf here. And out of bounds, it'll be a goal kick for Kitson and the Rhinos. No indication yet of stoppage time. As I think we all need a break to rehydrate. Kitson with the goal kick. Subs available tonight for the Railhawks. Goalkeeper Nick Pleiter, Joseph Cobway, Daniel Palladini, Marcus Davidson, Matt Bobo, Andre Budny, and Corey Alineo. So Alineo did score in that Montreal game on Saturday, the 2-0 win. Header sent forward to Russell. Checks back, plays it outside to Richardson. Richardson cutting around Spicer. Crossing one into the Rhinos 18. Kitson lets it roll out. And another goal kick coming up here for the Rhinos. As the fourth official, Mark Kadlicek, indicates 1 minute of stoppage time. And I don't think that can come soon enough for some of these players dealing with the extreme heat this evening. Kitson with the goal kick. Taking his time here. Good crowd on the far side. A couple sections are close to full. Kitson's long kick gets up over midfield. Lowry heading it forward. Here's Russell. A turnaround, and he still has possession. Alan Russell, number 10, dribbling through the middle of the field, gets it to Richardson on the far side. Richardson blazing speed, crossing into the box at the 6, headed away by Stan Filippo. That would have been a great way for the Railhawks to go into the dressing room. Schulte, this is the first time, gets it the second time, and Ken Enriquez says that is enough for half number 1. The Rochester Rhinos have a 1-0 lead over the Carolina Railhawks thanks to Tyler Rosenlund. We'll be back with more of the halftime show here on Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
The Connolly Printing Company is a proud supporter of the Rochester Rhinos. Just like the Rhinos, we at Connolly Printing continue to strive for excellence. We've been serving Rochester for over 100 years, and our goal is meeting today's sophisticated printing demands head-on. Connolly Printing's technology in computer graphics, press room, and bindery equipment, as well as our employees' expertise, will guarantee you're a loyal, satisfied customer well into our future, turning your printing nightmares into creative dreams. Connolly Printing, 426-4150.
Hello, yes, you there, listening to the radio right now. It's pretty obvious you're a fan. Have you ever thought about maybe working for this radio station? Some questions to consider. Are you a customer-focused sales professional? Are you looking for a better career opportunity, not just a job? Maybe with a company that's focused on a positive work atmosphere where you can work independently and still contribute in a team environment? If you've answered yes to these, then Entercom Rochester may have the gig for you. At Entercom, you're responsible for creating and executing marketing plans for your clients and, of course, developing new business for the company. Entercom is currently looking to hire account managers to help grow the revenue of our 5 radio stations. Previous sales experience is preferred. Oh, and our top people, they make some handsome incomes. Very handsome. We've got a plan and opportunity for you to succeed. Call Megan Patrick at 423-2922. 423-2922. Entercom Rochester is an equal opportunity employer.
Mike and Mike in the Morning on ESPN Radio, covering the top sports stories of the day and your direct line to the biggest names in sports.
Roger Goodell, Cal Ripken Jr., Mike Piquet, Bob Copper.
2 opinions.
Mike, they picked the right 2 things. They do, and maybe they did, but there's a lot of debate that could be ended with a playoff.
1 show.
I'm sorry. The refs don't look at what we look at.
Mike and Mike in the Morning on ESPN Radio and ESPNRadio.com. You know us. We know sports. Mike and Mike Mornings, show for the Bulldog afternoons. This is Sports Radio 950 ESPN, WROC Rochester.
And welcome back to the WakeMed Soccer Park. Halftime here. Rochester has a 1-0 lead over the Carolina Railhawks. Rosenlund with the goal, his first of the season. Kissy with the assist, his second of the season. The youth parade taking place as the Railhawks honoring the Sportsmanship Awards with a parade of all the winners taking place right now of the youth soccer clubs here in the Triangle area. So, goal, 1 in that half, 15th-minute Rosenlund from Kissy. The Rhinos have a 1-0 lead, but very hot, muggy conditions, a lot of soccer to be played. We'll see how the second half shakes out. Don't forget, when we come back after this break, or this segment, we will have a great interview with Jose Mourinho, the new head coach of Real Madrid. He spent some time with our friends, our ESPN friends at SoccerNet. So stick around, that's coming up next. The Rhinos have a 1-0 lead over the Carolina Railhawks on Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
I was doing nothing. Then I went to Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack. They got it all. Exciting slots. Nearly 1,200 of them. This great all-you-can-eat buffet and live thoroughbred racing. The folks at Finger Lakes are fantastic. There's always a fun crowd. And every month, there's exciting promotions and great events. So much action, so close to home. So why do nothing when you can do it all at Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack? The fun starts here.
Must be 18 to play slot. Hey, Kim from your office called. You saved her life by recommending digital phone with international one-price calling from Time Warner Cable.
The calls back home were killing her.
Sounds like she's made a complete recovery. Add the international one-price calling plan for just $19.95 more per month. Call 756-5000 today. Time Warner Cable, the power of you. Available to digital phone and digital cable or Roadrunner customers. Applies on calls to landline phones. Additional charges apply for taxi fees, directory assistance, operator services, international calls to satellite phones, special services numbers such as toll-free or caller paid information services such as 900 type numbers. Calls to chat lines and cell phone numbers. Some restrictions apply. The top-selling ESPN radio app on your iPhone is now available for your Android device. Get all your favorite ESPN radio shows and podcasts, live scores, and on-demand sports centers. Plus, get more than 15 live radio streams.
Does that mean what I think it means?
Yeah. Now go get it. The ESPN radio app now for your Android device. Buy it now from the Android marketplace.
90% of businesses do not have a marketing plan. 7% have a plan but no clear focus. The other 3% rule the world. If you need help with a marketing plan, call the Intercom Marketing Results Group today. The advertising professionals at Intercom can help with your advertising, marketing, website, events, and much more. Call 585-222-IDEA, 222-IDEA, and see if we can help you rule the world. The Intercom Marketing Results Group can help you.
Breakthrough Sports Radio 950 ESPN, Rochester's sports leader.
All right, the Rhinos have a 1-0 lead over the Carolina Railhawks. And the European soccer season just about ready to get into full swing. And earlier this month, Real Madrid took some time training in the U.S. and our friends from ESPN Soccer cut up with a special one. Jose Mourinho speaks with ESPN SoccerNet.
Special and super are the watchwords on today's press start, and not just because they got Shaq and Hislop with me, although that's certainly both special and super, but Jose Mourinho joined us today, having watched his Real Madrid side survive a close shave against Club America. He now gets the shaven-headed one for company. Jose Mourinho is with Frank LaBeouf in Los Angeles.
Hi there, we are in UCLA University with Mr. Mourinho. It's a pleasure to be with you again, and you know that everything is possible in that country, even me interviewing for the second time, the legend. Jose, after the successful chapters you opened with Chelsea and then Inter Milan, you're opening a new one. What do you expect from there?
No, it's a great experience. I think Real Madrid is a special club, and comes to me in a special moment of my career after the second Champions League and after Chelsea in England, Inter in Italy, Real in Spain. I think comes for me in the right moment. I know it's difficult. I know we have to compete in Spain against a special Barcelona, which is a special team. I know in Europe we have to face, as always, a lot of good teams. But Real win nothing for the last 2 years. For Real Madrid's history is quite dramatic. So I think it's the right moment to face a new challenge. And as you know, for better than me, I cannot ask for a better player than what I have. I have lots of talent in my hands. So it's work hard, and wait for a little bit of luck that we need all the time.
Yeah, for sure. But when you are a coach who is so successful, in his life, won everything as a team coach, don't you think sometimes to give up and go back to maybe a more peaceful life, or you still need those challenges?
I still need. As we were saying, we were speaking a little bit before about our private lives, no? In this moment, my kids are in an age where they still need to be with me, with my wife all the time. They are kids. When they will be older, I think is a time for a different time in my professional life and my personal life too. So who knows? It is a great place for me. I come here, as you know, with Chelsea, with Inter, now with Real. I love LA. I love to work here. Who knows? My future will be around in a different environment. But in this moment, I want the maximum I can. I think a little bit like you. When a player is a top player and has quality to play at a high level, they stay at a high level. When times goes to an end and the player feels the motivation is not the same, the physical condition is not the same, I think with a coach is more or less the same. But I'm still young for a coach, and I think I have ahead of me still 10 good years at a high level.
Well, we wish you all the best. And what is your expectation of the goal for that season? Because I know Real Madrid wants to win the Liga all the time, but there is the Champions League too. Would you say there is a main goal for you, the preference?
First of all, Real is the kind of team where we cannot protect ourselves and say we want to win in 2 years, in 3 years, in 4 years. In Real, we have to think about winning immediately. But at the same time, it's something incredible because our oldest player is Caldidas with 29. Caldidas with 29 is the oldest player. That's why he's the captain. And after that comes Pepe with 27, Ronaldo with 25, and lots of people between 20, 23, 24. So we have a young team with a long time to work and for a big evolution. But Real Madrid didn't win a Champions League for 10 years. Doesn't win the Spanish Cup for 19. Doesn't win the championship for 3. So anything that comes in the right moment. So we have to go.
That is Jose Mourinho spending some time with ESPN SoccerNet as Real Madrid touring the U.S. in preparation for their La Liga 2010-2011 season. Well, at the half, the Rochester Rhinos, they have a 1-0 lead over the Carolina Railhawks. Rosenlund from Kissy. Rochester has the lead after 45 minutes of play. Stick around. We'll be back with more of the halftime show here on Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
Sports Radio 950 ESPN. How is Auction Direct changing the used car business for good? We start at dozens of wholesale dealer auctions where we handpick the best vehicles at substantial discounts. Then after they go through Auction Direct certification and get a clean Carfax report, we sell them to you for just $399 over the Auction Direct reserve price. It all adds up to the lowest price and the best experience. Find out for yourself at Auction Direct Used Vehicle Superstore, Route 96 in Victor. Learn more at auctiondirect.com.
Experience it all at the Strathallan Hotel. The Strathallan Hotel offers beautiful banquet space to accommodate events from 10 to 225 people. Our experienced catering department is trained to make your event or special day the most successful and memorable. Our trained kitchen staff from the renowned grill will surpass your every expectation. So let us do the work while you sit back and enjoy your memorable occasion. The Strathallan Hotel, 550 East Avenue. Visit strathallan.com.
With ESPN.com, you can keep up with the sports you want, no matter where they happen. Whether that's Happy Valley or Death Valley, a pond filled with ducks or a swamp filled with gators. Whether it's a palace in Detroit or a pit in New Mexico. From back and forth on Tobacco Road to up and down Yorkie Way, and everywhere from the garden to the field house to the big house. With the best sports video, insights, highlights, and blogs, ESPN.com helps you keep up with everyone, everywhere.
Sports Radio 950 ESPN.com. Hey, Kim from your office calls. You saved your life by recommending digital phone with international one-price calling from Time Warner Cable.
The calls back home were killing her.
Sounds like she's made a complete recovery. Add the international one-price calling plan for just $19.95 more per month. Call 756-5000 today. Time Warner Cable, the power of you. Available to digital phone and digital cable or Roadrunner customers. Applies on calls to landline phones. Additional charges apply for taxes, fees, directory assistance, operator services, international calls to satellite phones, special services numbers such as toll-free or caller paid information services such as 900 type numbers, calls to chat lines, and cell phone numbers. Some restrictions apply. This is Rochester's sports leader, Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
And welcome back to the Rochester Rhinos, who have a 1-0 lead over the Carolina Railhawks. We've got to mention Rex's birthday bash and sleepover this Saturday at Marina Auto Stadium. The Rhinos take on the Montreal Impact at 7 p.m. It's also Rex's birthday bash and sleepover at the stadium, and there is a great giveaway this weekend. The first 1,000 fans receive a soccer ball, courtesy of the Marina Auto Group, and you can see Rex and 28 of his mascot friends on Saturday. They watch them play soccer at halftime. Then set up your tent following the game, following the Rhinos player meet and greet. You can set up your tent on the field and join Rex for the first ever sleepover on the turf at Marina Auto Stadium. It's open to all fans. All you need is a ticket to the soccer match. Reserve your spot by calling the Rhinos Group Sales Department at 454-KICK. So it's Rex's slumber party package, and the Rhinos taking on the Montreal Impact on Saturday, 7 p.m. at Marina Auto Stadium. For more information, call 454-KICK. Stick around, second half is just around the corner. The Rhinos have a 1-0 lead.
Hey, Rhino fans, did you know that FoodLink, the regional food bank, does more than rescue and redistribute food? Hunger is just a symptom of a greater problem. So FoodLink's programs promote nutrition and economic development in order to impact on the systemic causes of hunger. To volunteer, donate, or learn more about what you can do to help, please visit our website at foodlinkny.org or call 328-3380. Working together, we have the power to end hunger, build self-sufficiency, and foster nutritional wellness right here in our community.
Are you looking for a health club that offers everything? The Harrow East Athletic Club, Rochester's hidden jewel, offers several floors of fitness and unlimited use of their 25-yard pool, spa, sauna, indoor track, squash and racquetball courts, Pilates, yoga, strength training and cycling, certified personal trainers, nutritionists, and athletic trainers, along with plenty of free parking. Come visit the Harrow East Athletic Club and meet their knowledgeable staff that can help you obtain your fitness goals. The Harrow East Athletic Club is located at 400 Andrew Street. For more information, call 546-1000. That's 546-1000.
It's incredible. Marina Mitsubishi, always the best for less. Saving you money. All the cool Mitsubishis. Over 400 new and used. 176,000 square feet of pure shopping pleasure. 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on new Mitsubishi. Save big. It's a reason to celebrate Marina Mitsubishi in Webster. Always the best for less.
This is Rochester's sports leader, Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
And welcome back to the WakeMed Soccer Park. I'm Joe Giuliano, and we are getting ready for half number 2. The Rochester Rhinos have a 1-0 lead over the Carolina Railhawks. And just looking at the teams in their huddles here, getting ready to start half number 2, and let's see, no changes for the Rochester Rhinos. With the Carolina also coming out with the same 11. Once again, the subs available tonight for the Rhinos. Scott Vallow, the backup goalkeeper. Adam West, Anthony Hamilton, Ryan Heins, Kennel Versailles, Nano Short, and Andrew Hoxie. For Martin Rennie, who's talking to his subs right now on the bench. Nick Plater, the backup goalkeeper. Cobway, Palladini, Davidson, Bobo, Budny, and Corey Elenio. See what words were discussed in both dressing rooms at the half and see if any changes were made. That was a very lackluster performance by the Carolina Railhawks as they really started to open up just a little bit, especially in the middle of the field. There was some space, some pockets where Pitchko and Montegalvan did a great job camping out for the Rochester Rhinos. The Rhinos will be kicking off Kissy and Rosenlund. Rochester attacking the goal to our left, and we're underway with half number 2. Ball's played back to Roberts. Bellamy has it now. Gets it to his right-sided defender, Frankie Sanfilippo, who quickly goes long for Kissy. Schulte sees him off the ball, and Reed picks it up for the Railhawks. Rolls it out. Watson on the far side. Go with the ball. Gilkerson, little left foot chip forward. Bellamy heads it straight up in the air. Franks and Pitchko and get tangled up, and Montegalvan comes in to help out. Plays it on the far side for Ian Bennett. Now middle of the field, given away there. Watson. Bennett gives it away. Watson gets it back to Schulte. And cut back inside by David Hayes. Outside again is Gardner. Middle of the field for Russell. Able to turn, take a touch, 30 yards out. Pops this one into his own midsection. He's knocked off the ball by Roberts. And Greenfield, 50-50 challenge there. Knocks it away from Shields. Throw in for the Railhawks. Quickly taken to Amir Lowry. Plays it off to Shields again. That comes off of Shields. Little bounce ball back and forth, throwing for the Rhinos. Greenfield to take the throw in here on the near sideline. On a very, very hot night. I cannot stress how hot and muggy it is this evening. For the players tonight, it's going to be fluid after fluid. There's a handball called. Gilkerson cleared off the arm of Kissy, waiting for the call. Finally came from the official. Schulte gets it out to the far side to David Hayes. Hayes taking a look up with it. Left foot chip, looking for Russell. Montegalvan up the back of him, and not sure about that call. I thought it was a good challenge by Montegalvan. Just came straight up and got up and over Alan Russell, but the referee calls the foul. And a free kick for the Railhawks. Gardner over it. And we have a little break here. Eric Trendle, the Rhinos PR director, sending me a quick note. Craig Demon, congratulations on the birth of their baby boy, Jack. So Craig, and entering the field of fatherhood, congratulations to Craig Demon and their baby boy, Jack. Franks chips it into the box. Montegalvan heads it. That's very funny because my third boy coming up in October is going to be another Jack. Kitchen gets this cross in his hands. And Craig Demon, you got good taste, my man. A good name. There's Sanfilippo coming out here for the Rhinos, trying a long ball back to the near side for Kissy. Spicer's overlapping. Kissy touches it and takes it instead. Great footed shot by Kissy from the top of the 18. That is way off the mark and not going to trouble anyone. I think Spicer maybe had a better beat on that ball as he was just sprinting in down the near sideline. So it'll be a goal kick in the 49th minute for Carolina. Eric Reed to take it. So the 4-game homestand comes to a close this evening for the Railhawks. They lost to Rochester, tied Vancouver, beat Montreal. And looking to end it on a positive note this evening after a good performance against Montreal. But in all honesty, Carolina has looked a little flat this evening. Shields trying to break out of it here. Long ball forward for Russell. Flicks it into the 18. Roberts and Watson are going to fight for this one. Cleared off of Watson. Franks. And a hard tackle there from Bellamy. Knocks it away for the Rhinos. Far side of the field. Ian Bennett with it now. Got Sanfilippo overlapping with Bennett with his pace. Slows it down. Gives it to Frankie. Middle of the field for Rosenlund. There's that pocket I talked about. Rosenlund takes a couple touches forward. Corner of the 18. Top of the box now for Bennett. Trying to lay it off from Montalban. He can't strike it, so he's going to play it with the left foot to Spicer. On the near sideline. Right-footed cross. Spicer, no one there for the Rhinos as Rosenlund was backpedaling. Never going to get to that one. And good effort, though, from Spicer. Goal kick taken by Reed and the Railhawks. Rochester picked up 11 wins all of last season. They were 11, 9, and 10 this year. They are 10, 5, and 6. And head off to a great new team here is Russell and Troy Roberts battling for it on the near corner flag and cleared off by Roberts and a throw-in to the Railhawks. Schultz is going to make his way over to take this one. He wants a towel to dry his hands off again. Very humid, muggy evening. So throwing deep in the Rhinos half of the field. Schultz to take it. Schultz, the 32-year-old, has a goal and an assist this year. Near the corner flag on the near side, takes the towel, dries the ball off, and the hands. And he has a monster throw-in. It is whipped into the box. Center of the 18, headed away by the Rhinos. Hayes steps into it with the left foot. And they'll say it was deflected because it was way off the mark, and a corner kick now on the far side for Richardson and the Railhawks. Gregory Richardson to take it. The first player from Guyana to play in Major League Soccer. Gregory Richardson serves this in-swinging ball into the box and kicks it off. His line goes over his head, and another corner kick this time on the opposite side. And Richardson, he played for the Colorado Rapids and also had a tryout with Toronto FC. This time it'll be Gardner to take the corner kick from the near side. Goes short, corner of the 18 for Shields. Whips this right-footed ball into the box and off the top of the crossbar. Kitson had a beat on it the whole way. Crowd getting excited there, but no trouble at all for the Rhinos. They'll take a goal kick here. No changes made yet by either side. As we are in the 52nd minute, the Rhinos have a 1-0 lead. Kitson to take the goal kick here for the Rhino. As I was saying about Rochester's record, credit Rob Clark, the owner of the team, brings in Pat Ercole, Bob Lilly, and tonight they could equal last year's win record if they can hold on here. Tremendous job by Lilly and Ercole and the rest of the crew. Spicer, far side for Greenfield. Schulte slowing him down. Greenfield one-on-one with Schulte. Takes it on his right foot. Low cross. Cleared away there. Moto Galvan tries a one-time left-footed shot. That just sails wide of the near post. Alfonso Montegalvan, good effort there. As I think he and Pitch Cullen have had an extremely strong evening in the middle of the park for the Rochester Rhino. Reed, short goal kick out to Shields on the near side. Rosenlund coming over with some pressure. Shields, long ball forward. And Bellamy heads it down into the turf. Richardson now on the near side for Carolina. Coming at the Rhinos' defense. Watson tangled up inside the box. 3 Railhawks players colliding, and the Rhinos come away with the ball. Spicer has it. Rosenlund, quick touch to Pitch Cullen. Good ball into space from Pitch Cullen for Kissy. Tracking it down on the far side. Coming into the 18 now. Low hard cross through the 6. No one there for the Rhinos. Rosenlund trying to keep it in bounds here on the near sideline. Greenfield. Here's Pitch Cullen. Lays it off for Greenfield. Russell trying to get there first, but Greenfield able to poke it to Bellamy. There's pitch Colin now. Little chip to the far side where Kissy has possession, one-on-one with David Hayes. Sanfilippo's overlapping. Kissy, low hard cross instead. Clear to the top of the 18. Watson heads it straight up in the air. And Montegalvan just nicely heads it back where pitch Colin will settle it. Left-footed shot from 35 yards, and it's blocked. And a chance here now for the Railhawks to come forward as Spicer probably will go in the book here for the challenge on Richardson right in front of the Rhinos bench. Richardson was taking off, and no card issued. And Spicer can count himself lucky. The Railhawks play it quick and short to Amir Lowry. Hayes now on the far side. 55th minute, the Rhinos have a 1-0 lead. Lowry, Franks, center circle, lets it go through nicely. Good anticipation from Schulte, chips it forward into the 18, and Alan Russell just not getting quality service up top. And that's a forward who's going to get frustrated pretty quick if he doesn't start seeing better quality of service. Sanfilippo bursting down the other side of the field. Leaves it on the far side for Kissy. Crosses into the box. Rebound top of the 6th. Shields clears it out of danger. On the far side, Kissy has possession for the Rhinos. Cuts it back to his right foot. Another low hard cross. And cleared away at the 6 again, this time by Watson. Hayes gets it up to Russell. Sanfilippo almost able to knock that one into the empty net just behind him a little bit. And as the Railhawks dodging a bullet there. Pitch Cohen fighting with Franks. Now Franks getting away from Sanfilippo on the far side. Bellamy comes over to close him down. Franks cuts inside, takes the right-footed pass to Russell, and Roberts does just enough to knock it away. And Greenfield comes away with it for the Rhinos. There's Greenfield to Rosenlund. Now to Bennett. And it's got Hayes and a ton of space behind him. Just take it and push it around him. Goes central instead to Rosenlund. Now he goes back to Bennett on the far side. Now corner of the 18. Bennett trying a little move. Gets dumped by Hayes and no call. Gilkerson comes away with it. Need to put a move on Hayes earlier on that far side where he's got the speed and the space behind the 34-year-old David Hayes. Richardson called for a handball on the long service that came back across the pitch. It'll be a free kick for the Rhinos. Greenfield, nice 1-2 with Spicer. Rosenlund, dead center, 30 yards out, goes outside to Bennett. Corner of the 18, right-footed shot by Bennett. Misses the near side, and there's going to be a change coming up here for Carolina. 57th minute. Daniel Palladini is coming on for Martin Rennie's Railhawks. See who he's going to replace. It's going to be Floyd Franks who comes off. And Daniel Palladini, number 11, the 25-year-old in his second year with the Railhawks. 17 games played. And Palladini with 2 goals. Quality player. Could maybe be the missing piece in the middle of the field for the creativity piece to get Russell going. First change of the game, Palladini on for Franks. Long ball played forward. Greenfield heads it down. And nicely taken down by pitch Cohen. Spicer, poor touch there, given away, but the Railhawks get right back to Kissy and the Rhinos. Motogelvan with it now. Poor touch. Palladini's first touch of the ball is an interception, and the Railhawks start their attack with Richardson on the near side. Near side corner of the 18, Gregory Richardson. Cuts it back to his left, his cross is blocked by Roberts. Good group defending by the Rhinos, preventing that ball from getting inside the 18. And as Richardson takes a look, right-footed cross, and no one there, as Kitson way outside his own 18 on the far side, picks it up. A little touch forward for Ian Bennett, and the Rhinos come away with it. Bennett back to Sanfilippo. Approaching midfield, crosses the center line. Good ball into space. So, no, Rosenlund was on the flank. Sanfilippo went central. And Reed picks it up inside the 18 for the Railhawks. Trying to go forward. Pitch Colin again like the brick wall he's been all night long. Deflects that one. Shields down, goes outside to Richardson. Good hard tackle from Roberts, and the ball still skips through into the 18. As Roberts and Richardson both getting stuck in there. Ball ends up in Kitson's arms. Pushing everybody up. Puts it back down onto the turf. Adam West getting some instructions from Bob Lilly as he's going to head over to the fourth official table. Here's Amir Lowry. Palladini and Lowry. Good little triangle play in the middle of the field. Now back outside to Hayes. Palladini back to David Hayes. We're in the 60th minute. The Rhinos have a 1-0 lead. Palladini. Back outside for Gardner. There's Watson. Russell lays it back off to Watson. Into space. Corner of the 18 for Gardner. Troy Flippo takes no chance. Clears it away for the Rhinos. And throw-in coming up for Carolina. The change coming up here. Adam West checking in the 60th minute. We'll see who gets the pull. Is it Spicer who comes off? So for West, he hasn't made a lot of appearances. Only his fourth appearance of the year. As he's replacing Spicer. Spicer, a more offensive-minded player. And West definitely can hold and contain in the back. He'll be coming out, Adam West. And on the elevator this afternoon on the way to our stadium, I've been told that I had to mention how good Adam West's hair looks. So, Adam, you got your plug. You can thank Scott Vallow for that one. So Adam West is on in the 60th minute. Gregory Richardson is off. And Corey Elenio in the 61st minute comes on. So Elenio scored against Montreal. He replaces Richardson, who's worked hard tonight. One of those long Schulte throw-ins. Headed through the 18. West. And Watson fighting for it near the corner flag. Good job by Watson. Tight space, wins the throw-in. That was going to be a corner kick, but throw-in here on the near side, deep in Rochester's half of the field. Shields to take it. So Richardson and Franks have come off for the Railhawks. Watson, high cross, gets up over everybody. Slide tackle by Gardner. San Felipe does the same thing. This time he knocks it out of bounds over the far side. So Corey Elenio, the 23-year-old, 14 games played this year. He's got 1 goal and 1 assist. So throwing on the far side, Schulte again to do the honors. And again takes the towel, and he's going to look to put Rochester under some pressure here. As he's about 5 yards off the corner flag on the far side. Rochester preparing for what's basically defending a corner kick. Schulte whips it into the box. Corner of the 6, headed to the top of the box. Elenio and Gardner get in each other's way, and then Gilkerson, or Palladini, tries a right-footed shot that's way off the mark. So Rochester will go to the bench once again. Ryan Heins looks like he's getting his final words of encouragement from Bob Lilly. Bob Lilly in his first year with the Rhinos. Sometime with Hershey, Montreal, Vancouver, Detroit as the indoor game. Now, he's done an absolutely tremendous job with Rochester. Kitson, long goal kick up over midfield. Flipped on by Pitch Cohen. Gilkerson's header runs back into the foot of Pitch Cohen. He's going to look for Bennett on the far side, and he's going to run out of real estate in the 63rd minute. Rosenlund, back in minute number 15, gave Rochester the 1-0 lead, thanks to the Kifty assist. Don't forget, Rochester is home Saturday. Arch rival Montreal comes to town, 7 p.m. kickoff. Get your tickets and help cheer the Rhinos on to victory. Schulte, little chip into the Rhinos half of the field. Russell bumped into from behind, no call. Roberts and the Rhinos come away with it. Montegalvan. Now Bennett, one-on-one. Can he go with Hayes? Let's see what he does here. Hayes, good job. KG defending, able to poke it away. Now a counter-attack opportunity for the Railhawks. Palladini on the near side for Elenio. Crosses to the far side. Gardner gets the head on it, and Kitson takes a step back and jumps up in the air, scoops this one up for the Rhinos. Good counter-attack opportunity for the Carolina Railhawks as Hayes, good defending all the way back there in a one-on-one situation against Ian Bennett. Booming goal kick or punt from Kitson, headed back to the middle of the field where Palladini puts the ball into space. Roberts able to head it away as Russell looking to sneak in behind him. West off his foot and out of bounds, throwing for Carolina in front of the Rhinos bench. So another change coming up here. Ryan Heins will be coming on and Ian Bennett is coming off. And this change coming up in the 65th minute. And a solid performance tonight. Only ninth appearance of the year for Ian Bennett. Looks like Boudny is replacing Watson as well. 65th minute play of play. Boudny. Andre Boudny, the 27-year-old. Where's number 33? He'll definitely be a support up top now for Alan Russell. As we're underway, Shields plays it middle of the field for Lowry. Boudny, 15 games played with 1 goal. Looks like they're going to change it to 2 forwards up top now with Russell, Boudny, Palladini also up there as well. That ball deflected. Reynolds pick up possession. Kissy has it. Laid off nicely from Montegalvan, his own half of the field. On the near side now for West. Back to Greenfield. West, Greenfield playing a little back and forth here. 66 minutes in. 1-0 in Rochester. Sanfilippo on the far side. Here's Hines, first touch. See if Hines has any magic against Hayes. Good step over, cuts it inside in the left foot. Hines, good ball into space for Kissy. Just can't get the first touch to settle. And then shoot as it's a little too long there for the University of Dayton product, Isaac Kissy. Goal kick here for the Railhawks. As Reed will take a goal kick here from the far side of the box. Gets it up to midfield. Lowry. Back on the far side now to David Hayes. Jokerson to Schulte, middle of the field. Lineo checking back for it. Plays it back to Schulte, the team captain. Here's Shields now. Cutting inside. Rochester really has set up a great wall of defense at that 18. Now the Railhawks will try a long ball. Greenfield's there to clear it away for Rochester. Very stingy, solid defensive play from the Rhinos. Pitch Cohen. Hines. Sanfilippo leaves it there for Hines. Pitch Cohen. It's a tough pass, but Montegalvan does well to flick it back to the central defender, Roberts. Greenfield now. Approaching midfield. Directly in front of us on the near sideline. Nice touch back from Rosenlund. Greenfield pushes it too far in front of him. And that's where the Railhawks will take possession. Gardner into space for Boudny on the near side. Elinio, one-time cross. Bellamy at the spot, heads it away to the far side. Hayes picks it up. Far side, Hayes looking to go one-on-one with Ryan Hines. And Hines just sticks the left boot in there, knocks it out of bounds, throwing for the Railhawks. And a short still in conversation with Bob Lilly. As we'll see, I'm sure the heat is going to be a huge factor down the stretch here. Who has got the fitness to continue on here? As giveaway by the Railhawks, Sanfilippo takes it. Rosenlund has it now, coming over midfield. Sanfilippo, dead center, knocked off the ball by Schulte. And the Railhawks pop it forward to Alan Russell. Very nice job settling the ball. This time, though, Rosenlund knocks him off the ball. Kissy, diagonal run. Looking for the service from Rosenlund. Gilkerson beats him to the ball. And clears it out of bounds. This will be a change here for the Rhinos in the 69th minute. Nano Short will make his 11th appearance of the year. Greenfield coming over to get some water, and it's Rosenlund who comes off. So Tyler Rosenlund, the goal scorer, is off. Nano Short, number 17, comes on to make his 11th appearance of the year. Very good performance from Rosenlund tonight. Hopefully this is the one that's going to help him turn the corner and regain his confidence that we saw earlier in the 2010 season. Good, solid stuff tonight from Rosenlund. Thrown by West on the near side. Kissy plays it back to West. A low hard cross. Heins can't get there, and Hayes takes no chances as he clears it over the end line, and a corner kick for the Rhinos on the far side. It's going to be Heins to take it. Taking his time here. Again, very, very warm, muggy evening. Heins on the far side. Gives the signal. Serves the ball into the box. Corner of the 6. Shields will head it away for Carolina. Far side near midfield. Greenfield pops it in to Heins. Far side now. Heins has it. Hayes stepping back. Heins crosses. Kissy went for the header. Deflected away from him. Alineo loses possession. Pitch Cohen now. Top of the 18. Montegalvan just outside the 18. Tries a cross. Pitch Cohen steps into this one at the 6. Going to fight through traffic. He's taken down. Referee put the whistle to his mouth and says, no, we'll play on. As is going to make the call. Now a chance here for Carolina the other way. Boudny to Russell. Near side of the 18. Russell right foot cross. Boudny whiffs on it. And it goes off of San Filippo. And they're going to say a goal kick here. Great opportunity by the Railhawks on the counterattack. As that could have really changed the pace of this game. As Boudny just whiffed at it and went through his legs. And I thought San Filippo maybe got a piece of that as it came through, but nonetheless, it'll be a goal kick for Rochester. Good action at both ends where Pitch Cohen was taken down. The referee brought the whistle to his mouth, then thought against making the call. Long kick ends up on the foot of Pitch Cohen. West has it now. Trying to turn the needle for Pitch Cohen. And it's deflected to the top of the 18 where Gilkerson has it. Gardner, long ball forward for Boudny, who's brought some pace and excitement to the Carolina attack. Headed over the far sideline, throw in for Carolina. More changes coming up momentarily. Long cross into the box looking for Alineo. Headed to the top of the 18 by Greenfield. West and Nano short have it, and they have some space to come forward. Far side for Heins. Kissy still making those explosive runs, diagonal runs into space. Doesn't get the service from Heins. Looks like he is still pretty fresh. Hamilton's going to be coming on. I'm sure that's going to be to replace the speedster up top. But for Carolina, they're going to have to deal with another blazing quick forward in Anthony Hamilton. Rochester keeping possession. And a short, bad giveaway there. The Railhawks come away with possession. Alineo to Palladini. Middle of the field. 72 minutes. Pitch Cohen, again, a workhorse this evening. He has been solid. Gardner on the far side. San Filippo coming over to close him down. Left foot chip into the box, looking for Russell on the hop. It ends up in the midsection of Neil Kitson. Neil Kitson taking his time here. Low driven punt to midfield up over West's head. And Kissy trying to turn the corner with some speed against Schulte. Schulte does a nice job. Plays the angle well. Is not going to win the foot race there. But able to keep Kissy away from the Carolina goal. So Hamilton is coming on now. I'm sure it's going to be for Kissy, but let's just double check that. Anthony Hamilton with 4 goals and 1 assist this year. Replacing Isaac Kissy. And this change will be in the 73rd minute. And Cobway also coming on, replacing David Hayes. I thought Hayes was going to go off with an injury, but he fought through it and worked hard for Carolina. So Cobway, the 29-year-old from Zimbabwe, is on. Hamilton on for Kissy. Greenfield to West. Draws it off the foot of Boudny, throwing for the Rhinos. Carolina's half the field, about 30 yards out. So 4 changes for the Rhinos, 4 for Carolina, 1 more left for each side. Hoxie and Versailles are available as field players. Vallo as the backup goalkeeper. Just throw in. West was looking to get it to Hamilton there, the corner flag. It got away from him, and it'll be a goal kick coming up in the 74th minute. Reed takes it quickly. Gets it out to Gardner. Looks like he's kind of dropped back and taken Hayes' left side position. Russell working hard. Dribbling through the middle of the field. Palladini, good ball, corner of the 6th of the 18th for Elinio. But Roberts is there. Bellamy is there. His clearance ends up back on Elinio's foot. Crosses it back in, and Bellamy says not this time again. A battle between the two players there. Gardner, now a left foot across from him. Roberts heads it away, short, clears it up in the air. Carolina in the Reynolds half of the field. Shields cross into the 18, and Bellamy spinning around, gets his head on it, and heads it up and over the Reynolds goal. It'll be a corner kick for the Carolina Railhawks. 75th minute, the Railhawks trailing 1-0. Gardner heading over to take the corner kick. Josh Gardner, 5 goals and 2 assists this year. Great season after only having 3 assists last season. Goes short, 30 yards out, middle of the field. Palladini with a right-footed shot. Roberts takes it off the chest. Shields picks up the loose ball. Elinio tries to cross. Pitch Colin is there again. Absolutely tremendous tonight. Cannot state it enough. Pitch Colin has been outstanding. Gardner, high left-footed cross into the box. Greenfield beats Russell to the ball. Headed back in. Greenfield's there again for the Rhinos. Pitch Colin wins this one. Lowry does take it away from him off the chest and back to Gilkerson. Pushed down the far side looking for Cobway. He and San Filippo get tangled up. Cobway brings it down to Boudny. Bad giveaway by Palladini. The Rhinos have a chance to come forward here. Pitch Colin. Hamilton's got fresh legs. He's running all over the pitch. Pitch Colin. Hamilton's still looking for that long ball. And it comes, but it's not behind the defense. Good 1-2 pass as pitch short. And Hamilton trying to get connected there on the 1-2. Hamilton laid it off, then ran into face. Far side. Now Lowry takes it central for the Railhawks. There's Joseph Cobway. With the Zimbabwe national teams at the U20 and U23 level. As the send a ball into the 18s, deflected off a Rhino player, and Kitson doesn't pick it up, so he sets it down on the turf. And he's going to force Palladini to come over and eat away at some time here. 77th minute. Not a bad crowd tonight. 2,305 midweek in Cary, North Carolina, at a beautiful WakeMed soccer venue. There's the flick on to space, looking to get Hamilton there, but Schulte's going to pick it up for the Railhawks. On the ground, forward for Elinio. Trying to go for Boudny, no one there but Roberts, and the Rhinos come away with it. Monto Galvan inside the center circle. Heins. Hamilton's going to have better touch, better quality of service, as that's twice now he's been looking for it and it hasn't come from Heins or Short. There's Amir Lowry, pressured by Hamilton's got the fresh legs coming on for Kissy in the 73rd minute. Boudny knocked off the ball, and it'll be a free kick for the Railhawks. Short coming in with the foul. Now, when Short came in against Portland, Rochester played with 5 defenders. Looks like he's just more of a holding midfielder tonight, and keeping a body up a little higher than they did against Portland the other night, where they did see a lot of pressure when that change was made. Gardner, Russell's open, but pitch Colin backpedaling, able to head it away on the back post. West forward to Hamilton. Shields just sticks the leg in there, knocks it away from Anthony Hamilton, tied to the lead in goals with Rochester's Isaac Kissy, both of them with 4. Kissy now with 4 goals and 2 assists that you can add to the mix. Shields running through hard, knocking the ball away from Adam West, a 23-year-old from Gig Harbor, Washington. Played with the Seattle Sounders in 2007. The year they won the USL Championship. There's Hamilton taking the throw off his chest. Pitch Cohen. Good ball down the near sideline for West. Left-footed cross. One-time shot, and you go! goal! Beautifully taken from Ryan Heins, one time out of the air. In the 79th minute, the Rhinos have a 2-0 lead. And talk about a thing of beauty. It's going to start back with the first touch from Pitch Cole at midfield. Calls for the ball. He sees that West is open on the near flank. Sends it down the flank. It is 2-0 Rochester. Heins now in the leading category of goals for Rochester with 4. And for Adam West, his first points of the season. A beautiful service and beautifully taken one time out of the air by Ryan Heins. Rochester has a 2-0 lead. Kickoff by the Railhawks. Lowry gets it to Gardner. And Carolina had a ton of confidence coming off the Montreal 2-0 win on Saturday. Just did not get it into gear tonight. And the Rhinos set up that solid defensive wall outside the 18. And now they have gone back with 5 in the back. Pitch Cole has dropped back much deeper. And the Rhinos looking to protect this lead. 80th minute, 2-0 Rochester. Heins and Rosenlund headed forward to Anthony Hamilton. Montegalvan. Far side now for San Filippo. Middle of the park for Bellamy. There's Pitch Cohen. Without a doubt, so far, the man of the match. Short. Knocked off the ball. Budny comes away with it for Carolina. Here's Alineo. Rochester a little more breathing room here after that 79th minute goal from Ryan Heins. Alineo spinning, looking to go forward, and Roberts gets stuck in. Vicious, hard challenge, but guess what? Clean. As he got the ball, then the man. And West will knock it out of bounds here. Shields comes in and takes a little poke, but Alineo knows that was a good, clean challenge. Roberts got stuck in there. And West knocked it out of bounds at midfield. We'll see if the Railhawks give possession back to the Rhinos. They do. But they pressure Greenfield. And West will just head it forward now. Hamilton's checking back, and that's been the story for Carolina tonight. Lowry, everyone has just not been on the same page. The Rhinos taking full advantage of it. 82nd minute, 2-0 Rochester. Montegalvan has it. Back to Pitch Cohen. There's a little chip forward down the right side. Gardner steps in front of it for the Railhawks. Here's Palladini. Back to Schulte. Dangerous ball there. Gardner's got to do all he can to keep it away from Heins, and he does a good job. But Heins just coming in able to knock it back to San Filippo. Bellamy's clearance is a giveaway. Cobway has it now, middle of the field. Schulte. Shields. Back central for Alineo. Tries the one-touch pass into space. Schulte making a very wide run. Unable to come onto that one from Shields. Kitson. Possession. Top of the 18. Another high booming kick gets it into the Carolina half of the field. Well into the Carolina half of the field. Montegalvan. Good heading. Knocks it forward. Looking for Hamilton, but Schulte was there instead. Here's Lowry. Fans even starting to boo the Railhawks as they've had a very sluggish performance this evening. You know, coming into the game, you thought Rochester would struggle with the heat. The complete opposite. They have handled it very well. Carolina has looked like the slower, sluggish team. Heins gets away from Gardner on the far side. Still with it. Corner of the 18. Takes it to his right foot. Heins. Can he keep it in bounds? Yet low cross. Deflected. And ends up in the arms of Eric Reed. Quickly rolls it out to Palladini. And Cobway. Budny now. Space, middle of the park. Roberts comes out to close him down. Budny plays it to Alineo. Greenfield and Alineo one-on-one on the near side. Good cross. Pitch Cole in there to head it at the 6. West heads it forward looking for Hamilton. Then knock it back. Greenfield, no one else to go up top, so he goes far side to Heins. Gardner steps in, knocks it away from Heins. The possession still with the boys in black and white. San Filippo. Montevideo on. Got it down in the turf by San Filippo. Pitch Colin has it. Nano short. And both Rhino goals tonight, they won't show up on the stat sheet, but Greenfield threading the needle, hitting it around Schulte to Kissy, who set the table for Rosenlund, and then pitch Colin nicely down the flank for Adam West. Give those guys credit. They won't see their name on the assists or goals, but they set the table on the 2 Rhino strikes this evening. Foul was called on Hamilton. The Railhawks take the restart. Shields with it. Taking a look up to the central part of the field, 35 yards out. Russell, top of the 18, on his right foot. His shot is blocked by Bellamy, and that's been the story tonight. Rochester has really done a great job protecting Neil Kitson, protecting the goal, and preventing the Railhawks from getting any good, clean looks. That time Bellamy sacrificing the body in front of the Russell shot. Palladini with the corner kick from the near side. 85th minute. Outswinger. Roberts gets his head deep and hard into this one, and it's headed over the near sideline. 2 balls in the field. Gardner has it now. Left foot, and that's just a shot out of frustration as he's near the 18 box on the corner, and he just drives one towards the goal way off the mark, and I think Gardner's shot there really sums up the Railhawks' feelings for tonight, as they expected a much more positive performance after knocking off a very tough Montreal team over the weekend. 86th minute. Rochester looking to pick up another win that would give them 11. They would match the total of the entire 2009 season. Hamilton fouled by Lowry in the middle of the field. It'll be a free kick for the Rhino. Don't forget, the Rhinos are returning to Marina Auto Stadium Saturday. Love to see a huge crowd in support of the team who's playing some great soccer, doing exactly what they need to do. Short, taking his time here. He may get a yellow card if he doesn't speed this up. He does get the chip forward. And Hamilton was the target. He's not going to receive that one. And one of the few times we've seen Reed actually punt the ball tonight. Played quick with the throws to his outside backs. This time punts it deep into the Reynolds half of the field. Troy now with it to Heins. Center circle. Good job. Heins gets away from Gardner. Heins coming straight down the middle of the field. 20 yards out, and that's not a good touch for Hamilton as he tried to split it down the Carolina defense. Reed picked up the ball inside the 18. No pressure at all for him. 87th minute. Reed on a long, muggy, sweaty evening in Carolina where the heat index is up and over the hundreds, and the Rhinos have a 2-0 lead. Long ball by short into space for Hamilton, and Reed quickly to come off his line and pick it up for the Railhawks. Plays it to Schulte. Mark Schulte, the 2-time USL D2 Defender of the Year. Looks like he has fought quite a battle this evening, as the rest of the players also. Going to be waiting for that whistle. Palladini, left foot inside the 18. His cross is taken away by Bellamy, and coming forward is Heins. His layoff pass, not enough on it, and Cobway comes away with it for the Railhawks. Palladini on his right foot. Schulte now coming forward on the near side. Takes a shot with his right, and Kitson quickly makes the move to his left and keeps it in bounds and keeps the clock ticking here for the Rochester Rhinos. 88th minute. 2-0 Rochester. Goals from Rosenlund and Heins. This one gets way up in the air from Kitson. Gardner lets it bounce, takes the second header, and I don't think Gilkerson was expecting it, so he's got to track back for it and clear it down the far sideline, and picked up there by the Rhinos on a throw-in. San Filippo to take it. Rochester has one more change available if Bob Lilly wants it. He's calling Versailles and Hoxie over. I think it's going to be Versailles. 89 minutes in, 2-0 Rochester. Cobway down the far side, dribbles it right out of bounds. And really not that much pressure to be forced into a situation like that. Bad giveaway by the Railhawks. Versailles is going to be coming on. He'll be the final change for the Rhinos this evening. Hamilton checking back. Looks for Heins on the far side. Gilkerson, and off of the Railhawks. Corner kick for Rochester. Ken Versailles. Absolutely beautiful strike last week against Portland, giving Rochester the 1-0 lead. We'll see if they go short here and eat away at the clock. It is Heins with it. Far side near the corner flag. Back to Nano, short all the way back towards midfield. Sanfilippo. And the Rhinos going to eat away at the clock here. Send it deep to the far side corner flag and out of bounds. Versailles. His final instructions coming from Bob Lilly. 90th minute, no indication yet of stoppage time. There's Josh Gardner with it. Gardner out of the University of Cincinnati, won the MLS Cup and the U.S. Open Cup with the LA Galaxy. Plays it forward for Amir Lowry. Now on the near side, it's Shields for Elinio. That's it inside on Greenfield, still with it, Elinio. Middle of the field for Amir Lowry. And Schulte now got some space here on the near side. Takes a touch, looks up. Right foot across. Roberts was nice to get in front of Boudny, headed away. There's Elinio. He'll try another cross into the box. And Filippo gets his head on it. Flicks it through the far side. Cobway has it now. He'll try another cross into the box. Shields has it straight up in the air. And West will just clear it away towards the middle of the field. Gilkerson. And the referee is going to make a call here to stop the play. Alfonso Montegalvan is down inside the Rhinos 18. 3 minutes of stoppage time called for. I'm not sure where Alfonso took the knock. It may have been behind the play. But looks like he's holding where the sun don't shine. Let's leave it that way. Hopefully he'll be okay to see if they can get Montegalvano off and just bring Versailles on for him. And that'll just continue the pace of the game. So Dave DePasquale, the Rhinos trainer, indicates that they need to make a change. And Versailles was ready to go anyways. So Montegalvan a little slow to get off, and he'll be replaced by Versailles, Kennel Versailles. 8th appearance of the year. Got one goal, as we talked about. That came against the Portland Timbers. So Montegalvan is off. Versailles is on. 3 minutes of stoppage time called for. Gardner. Right foot chip into the box. Kitson punches in the top of the 18. There was an empty net. Russell tried the one-time left footer. A little chip into the empty net. And that's just off the mark for the man from Scotland, making his 4th appearance of the year. Kitson and a goal kick for the Rhinos. And I'll tell you one thing, the air conditioning is going to feel like heaven when we get back to the hotel this evening. We dropped a few pounds, but I don't think it's this way. Kitson, long, driven goal kick. Headed by Lowry up over Heins, and there'll be a throw-in way over on the far side for the Rochester Rhinos. So for Carolina, they're going to try and regroup. They're going to have to go against Baltimore on Saturday afternoon as they return to the road after a 4-game homestand that I'm sure not going the way Martin Rennie and the Railhawks organization would have liked. Homestand with a loss, a tie, a win, and if this one holds, another loss, so 1-2-1 on a 4-game homestand at a very crucial part of the season. Here's Cobway with it on the far side. Comes Central now. Gilkerson on his horse trying to catch up to the pace of that one. Gets it to Shields. Long ball forward from Shields to the Rhinos 18. Greenfield steps in front of Boudny. Can he keep it in bounds? He does. Does not give up the corner kick. Nice work there from Jonathan Greenfield. West, long ball. Down the near side, Reed is off his line. Referee Ken Enriquez looking at his watch. We'll see if the final whistle comes soon here. Lowry has it in the middle of the field. There's Gardner now. Good ball into the box. And Roberts just gets there in front of Corey Alineo. And that will do it. Final score this evening from the Wake Med Soccer Park in over 100-degree weather. The Rochester Rhinos 2. The Carolina Railhawks nothing. We'll be back with the post-game wrap on Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
WROC Rochester. Thinking about renovating your current home? Why fix it when you can build a brand new one with Faber Homes? Think Faber first and get everything you want without compromise in as little as 3 months. You'll see a much bigger return on your investment, complete with a 10-year warranty. Visit Faber Homes Models at Berkshire Park in Henrietta, where we're open 7 days a week. Opening soon is Regency Park in Greece, where we'll offer both one-story patio homes as well as two-story residences. Call Bill at 359-4800 or visit faberhomes.com for more information.
Paging Dr. Sports to the emergency room.
The doctor is in. I got the cure for what ails you. What's on your mind, caller?
Hey, Dr. Sports, it's Gary from Oakland. First time, last time.
What's that?
I'm just calling to let you know I'm done listening to you. You're kind of a windbag, and so I switched to ESPN Radio.
Oh, is this where you say, it's not you, it's me?
No, it's you. Take care.
Don't get stuck in a bad relationship with sports radio. Stick with the best sports radio on the dial. ESPN Radio. You know us. We know sports.
Hot dogs. No one makes it better than Feigel's. Hot dogs. Hometown favorite from Feigel's. The flavor is right. Every bite. Cover 'em with lots of everything nice. Everything you like. Come on, take one. No one makes it hard to like Feigel's. 'Cause how we make 'em makes 'em great.
This is Rochester's sports leader, Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
And welcome back to the Wake Med Soccer Park. I'm Joe Giuliano. If you're just tuning in for whatever reason, the Rhinos have picked up a 2-0 victory over the Carolina Railhawks. 4 meetings this year. Rochester 2-1-1. Very impressive mark against the Carolina Railhawks on a very hot, warm, and muggy evening. Temperatures in the upper 90s at kickoff time. Heat index well into the 100s, and the Rochester Rhinos did a great job dealing in this very tough environment tonight. They picked up the 2-0 win. And let's look at the scoring this evening in the 15th minute. Rochester got on the board. Tyler Rosenlund, his first goal of the year from Isaac Kissy. It was 1-0 Rochester. That's how the first half would end. And then in the second half, a very nice goal. As you got to give Aaron Pitchcole a lot of credit. He set the whole table, sending the ball down the near sideline west. A nice cross and a one-timer taken by Ryan Heins to give Rochester the 2-0 lead. That would be enough for the Rochester Rhinos as they take the win this evening against the Carolina Railhawks. So looking at standings now in the USSF Second Division, the Rochester Rhinos, 22 games played, 11-5-6. Now Rochester matching last year's wins at 11 already after 22 games played. They've got 39 points. They've got 25 goals for and 16 against. 2 points behind the Austin Aztecs. So Rochester has played, though, 3 games more than the league and conference leaders. For the Carolina Railhawks, 19 games played. Vancouver was not in action tonight, so those 4 games in hand reduced by 1. Vancouver now still leading 35 points. Rochester doing a favor, keeping Carolina at 28 points this evening. Carolina is now 7-5-7. Time now for our player of the game and our play of the game. Let's start off first with the Faber Homes play of the game, the one that put it on the ice this evening. You know, Ryan Heins, he missed a PK against Portland on Wednesday of last week. He came in and took a nice goal one time out of the air. Let's make that our Faber Homes play of the game, Ryan Heins from Adam West. Hamilton taking a throw off his chest. Pitch Cohen, good ball down the near sideline for West. Left-footed cross. One-time shot, and he's goal! Beautifully taken from Ryan Heins, one time out of the air. In the 79th minute, the Rhinos have a 2-0 lead. That is your Faber Homes play of the game, and the description was exactly what we saw. Pitch Cohen, beautiful ball down the near sideline. West with the left-footed cross. Heins crashing in. One time beats Eric Reed. That is your Faber Homes play of the game. The Rhinos win 2-0 this evening. If you're Zweigel's Red Hot player of the game, Aaron Pitchcolan was absolutely outstanding. I don't know if it was just maybe he missed playing so much with that 2-game suspension, but without a doubt, tonight's Zweigel's Red Hot player of the game. Congratulations to Aaron Pitchcolan, number 4 for the Rochester Rhinos in his 17th appearance of the season. Well, as far as this game is concerned, it's over. Rochester wins it 2-0. They spoiled the Railhawks 4-game homestand. Carolina went 1-2-1 during the 4-game homestand. So now we move on to the next opponent. The arch rival Montreal Impact come to town on Saturday, 7 p.m. kickoff. Pre-game show begins at 6:30 right here on Sports Radio 950 ESPN. It's also Rex's birthday bash and sleepover at Marina Auto Stadium. They had a giveaway, a great giveaway, probably the best giveaway of the season. The first 1,000 fans receive a full-size soccer ball courtesy of the Marina Auto Group. You can see Rex and 28 of his mascot friends playing in the annual mascot halftime game. That's this Saturday, August the 14th, 7 p.m. at Marina Auto Stadium. And be sure to call Ticketmaster for tickets. Visit Ticketmaster.com or call the Rochester Rhinos office at 454-KICK for more information. Mike Moran, great job in the studios back in downtown Rochester, pushing those buttons, doing another tremendous job. Thanks for all your help this evening. And we're going to wrap it up from steamy, muggy, whatever you want to call it, Wake Med Soccer Park this evening. The Rhinos coming home with a big 2-0 victory tonight over the Carolina Railhawks. We'll see you on Saturday at 6:30 for the pregame show. Till then, I'm Joe Giuliano saying ciao for now on Sports Radio 950 ESPN.
Thanks for listening to Rhino Soccer on Sports Radio 950 ESPN. Sports Radio 950 ESPN, your home for Mike and Mike in the morning. Shoke and the Bulldogs, weekday afternoons. Major League Baseball, including the playoffs and the World Series. St. John Fisher football, and your home for Buffalo Sabres play-by-play. Regular programming is next on Rochester Sports Leader, Sports Radio 950 ESPN.